Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the most enlightening and entertaining show on college radio, Social Penetration, and it's on right now.
Hey buddy, did that sound familiar?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, excellent. Well, welcome back. Thank you guys for joining me this evening. Everybody is listening to Social Penetration, the show everyone missed so much over the past 6 weeks, right?
Everybody.
That's right.
Everybody in the whole world.
Penetration.
Who wouldn't? And Mike's running our board over at KMET Radio. You are listening to us live. We are WCAS Auraria. They're broadcasting KMET Radio Auraria. They're in the Tivoli. And yeah, it's so great to see you guys too. This is Heather.
Hi, guys.
And Aaron.
Hi.
From Heavy Mental Coaching. Thanks, guys, for joining tonight. And plus, we are live casting also from YouTube.
What?
Ooh.
I know. See, every time you say something, there it is, right there.
Yeah.
The future.
And the way that you can check us out on YouTube is to look up the channel Social Penetration Radio.
In the year
Awesome.
2015.
Do you like this? How I just push buttons and shit happens?
It's nice.
This is
Super
pretty
nice.
awesome.
Oh yeah. Hey Mike, if you hear me accidentally say, okay, here's the rules on curse words over there at KMET. So
Okay.
just so that we're clear, we can curse. Mike has to push the red button twice. Okay, so he's going to push the red button twice to make sure that all of our curse words were covered up. But it's like a game. You can't curse again for another 5 minutes because it has to get back to the delay. Like once they push the button, like the delay and the bleep kind of meet each other, and then it's not on a delay anymore.
Oh, okay. So it's like in Event Horizon when they hit the button and it sends like the pulse, the like sonic pulse out through space and it shuts down everything, and then that was Event Horizon, right?
I don't know what the hell you're talking
no
about.
idea.
What
I
is
don't even know
Event
what
Horizon?
You need to watch your science fiction films.
I do. Oh yeah. You know what? In my ample spare time, I don't need to watch any new things. I actually,
Wait, that
you know
wasn't
what?
Event Horizon.
I actually don't think that that's a bad thing for me to engage in some sort of pop culture or something about like a movie or television. I only watch movies or TV if I'm camping. Did you know that?
What? That's like the worst time to watch
No,
it.
it's the only time that I have time.
If you're camping?
Yeah, it's like it used to be that I would get like 1,000 beers, okay?
Exactly. No more.
I would get
No less.
No more, no less. So I would get like 1,000 beers, and then I would go camping, and I have a camper that it's crazy. It has a television and a DVD player in it. And even when I was buying it, I said, can I get one without a television or a DVD player? I don't really need it. I don't really watch TV or watch movies. And they're like, no. Well, and not only that, but they acted like I was a jackass for asking for the camper without a TV or a DVD player, which I just thought was crazy. So I was like, okay, screw it. I just won't use it. No big whoop. Oh, but I'll tell you what, like it was pouring rain one night, and I was like, I didn't know what a Redbox thing was. And one of my buddies was like, let's go to get a Redbox. And I'm like, I don't even know what this is. So we go and get a video, and it's pouring rain. So it's all tinkling on the outside of the camper. It's like super relaxing. And then we watched, $1 Million Baby. Have you seen this show? This movie?
Where the lady breaks her neck?
Yeah.
With the Clint Eastwood movie? Yeah.
Indeed. You know what? Not exactly a feel-good movie.
Not really, no. I never watched it, but I get the gist of it.
Yeah, I wanted to slice my wrists in a hot bathtub when I was done. I'm serious. I was like, I was so hysterical that my friend that was with me, plus I had like 8,000 beers, okay?
No.
You went from
So you went
1,000.
camping 8 times in a row?
No. That time, the movie was so depressing. I just felt an obligation to keep drinking and drinking and drinking. So really, I probably had like 8 beers, which I don't know if this is news to anyone, but alcohol is a depressant, okay?
That's not camping. I'm going to come right out and say it. That's not camping.
I would agree with you.
Camping is you get a tent.
Yes.
You go up to the mountains.
That's
You
right.
bring out a generator. You hook up your blender and your microwave.
Wait, what?
And your hi-fi.
Hold on. No,
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 I
that's
disagree.
not camping.
Gear down, big
you get a
shifter.
tent. You get a tent. You bring some cooking supplies, and you unplug. You disconnect from technology.
That's right.
Okay. I am disconnected.
glamping.
I am disconnected from technology. Like, I don't have my cell phone or whatever, but I have like a legitimate, I'm not have Netflix or anything. It's an actual like DVD player. But so then what happens is,
just like the pioneers.
just like the pioneers, just like
The pioneers didn't have Netflix.
Yeah.
They had Redbox like a
Right.
some bitch, though.
just like the people that, yes, they did. Colorado actually means red in Spanish.
Oh,
So, maybe it was the pioneers. You never know.
it might have been.
No, but it really is the only time that I have to like really, I don't know,
I get it.
tune out. And because I never watch television or movies. I mean, like, I don't have cable or like these things that people hook up to. You have Apple TV.
Yeah, but I only have Apple TV for music and the pictures that I was telling you about.
Yeah. And I'm
you
getting you for a housewarming gift.
Yeah. So, it's funny because at work all the time, everybody will be like, oh, that movie, or they'll make movie references. And I'll just be like, what the hell are you even talking about? It's complete. And everybody does it, and everybody knows that it's completely lost on
totally.
me. I don't, yeah.
Like a lot of the
I don't
people that
understand.
know me well, like if you were to say, hey, Stace, like I'm surprised that Heather didn't do this. That show. Most people just go, no, she doesn't.
Right, yeah.
Nope.
I
She
only
doesn't.
watch local, free trade, organic television.
Organic television. That's so funny. You know what? I do like TV. That's the kind of cool part is that if I actually get the opportunity. Oh, okay. So the last time I watched television, I do watch Broncos games if they don't suck.
So you watch a few Broncos
Yeah,
games.
I watch a few Broncos games. But if they suck, I just go to yoga at 2:00 on Sunday. But I got an email because I do donate to public television, which is sort of ironic that I don't watch television, but I make sure I donate to PBS. But they're doing something great, so I want them to.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
I got a thing that said Ken Burns' documentary on the Roosevelts is going to be on every night for like a week. And so I didn't get to watch it every night, but I think I did watch 2 nights that were 2-hour episodes, and it was riveting.
See, I don't regularly watch TV. Like, I don't own a TV, and I'm not saying that to be one of those, like, I don't even own a TV. I don't own a television. It's just never come up. And it just hasn't been a financial priority. I do, however, every once in a while, when I'm just burned out on reading and I'm burned out on learning and I need a break to just kind of veg out, I will binge on shows on Netflix. And right now, I'm totally late to the game, but I'm binging on Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking staying up till 4 or 5 in the morning watching Breaking Bad. Just going,
but you get
one
up
more episode.
You get up at noon, though, right?
Yeah, I'm like, I get up at the crack of noon if I'm feeling saucy.
If I'm feeling saucy.
I treat sleep like Spinal Tap, man. I go to 11.
Oh, that's so funny. God bless you guys. I'm so glad to see you back.
I'm happy to be back.
We have so many interesting things to talk about. Hey, what the hell are you talking about today, buddy?
Well, you wanted to talk about goals and stuff like that, and I have some stuff I can talk about.
Okay.
Hey, just some of the stuff I do.
Okay.
I like to think that I achieve 99.89% of the goals that I set.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
I use several approaches to do it, and
Cool.
and some things that I'd be willing to share. Just some basic ideas. Obviously, not an exhaustive list of approaches, but
Awesome.
I've got some things that I'd like to share. So
I think that's fantastic. I think I would like to start this evening, if you guys are okay with this, by telling you some facts about New Year's resolutions. And what time do you have to get out of here?
I am singing, so I could
Right.
literally show up right before I'm supposed to be on stage.
Okay.
And it would cause the people I'm playing with to have a heart attack, but,
Right.
but technically I could do it. So we're going till 8 tonight, correct?
9.
Till 9? Okay.
Okay. No,
Whatever.
but this is the way I'm feeling.
probably bail at
because okay, that's cool. Because I think that what you have to say is going to be absolutely titillating for our our listening. Scintillating and titillating. Doesn't suck to have a decent vocabulary. I wish my vocabulary was a little better, but I'll work on that.
You talk good.
I talk good. Yep. I talk English.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew? Okay, you guys want to know some? By the way, did you guys make New Year's resolutions?
I don't make resolutions personally. I read a thing that a resolution it's a solution. It's something that you're seeking to resolve, and I like to set more outcomes than resolutions. I do take stock of the previous year, and what I will do is New Year's Day, like this New Year's Day, I went, okay, a year from now, if I were to sit down and look at this a year from now, what would have to have happened in order to feel happy and satisfied with my progress?
Okay. And
so then I develop a life wheel based on that, which we can talk about later on. But I don't do like traditional resolutions.
Yeah, I actually made a resolution 10 years ago to never make another New Year's resolution, and sure as shit, I'm good.
You stuck with it.
I know. I'm all over it. Okay, we have to wait another 5 minutes to be able to drop one.
Oh, yeah, and then you lead it
I'm
to Heather.
hogging all of
Here
them.
you go, Heather. Now.
I know. Well, instead of hate F, hate Chuck, the word, that you would say if you wanted to have sex with somebody that you really dislike, but just like in that vengeful sort of way. I had come up with the word angry wall banger.
Ooh, I like that.
Don't
one.
You like it?
Yes,
so, I mean, although I'm a big fan of hate F. I mean,
Grudge F. I like Grudge
F. I like them both. Yeah, they're great. Yeah, although I haven't been pissed off at somebody in a very long time to be able to do that. I mean, oh no. Yes, I know. I haven't
just gave you this stink eye right there.
To have done it, not to have thought about doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Correction.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever fornicated anyone.
Really?
I mean, okay.
No, you don't. You're actually kind of romantic.
I am a romantic.
Yeah.
There were times, man, what would you be? It wouldn't be, it's somewhere between hate procreation and and makeup sex. Somewhere between there. Like I've had it where it's nice and soft, but it's still like
right.
But it's not hateful.
Yeah. Okay. I got it.
It's angry.
I used to always want to have makeup sex with one of my ex-boyfriends who I just would piss off all the time. And then I'd be like, okay, let's do this. And then he'd be like, I can't believe that you're like this. And I'm like, I don't know.
I had a girlfriend who wanted me to be more mean, and it didn't work out.
No. And it
didn't work out.
No, and I get that. No, that sucks. I didn't want him to be more mean. I wanted to make up for what a jackass he was. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah. And now I just don't go out with jackasses at all, and it's all good.
I'm a lover.
Yeah.
I'm a romantic.
I actually am, but I think you are more than me.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of are.
I'm a Pisces.
Are you?
Am I a lover?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Of course.
See, I'm a Leo.
What does that mean?
I don't know. The fiery lover. You know what I mean? I like all of it. So great.
I'm a Pisces, which means I'm a fishy lover.
Like a dead fishy lover.
It starts to smell like a market in Chinatown.
Okay, so moving on. What is
what's your sign, buddy?
I'm a Libra.
Yeah. Okay. And what's Libra? Are you?
You like the sheets to be. You like the sheets to be balanced and everything to be even.
Right.
Yeah.
You want all the throw pillows put in the right place.
No, I have no throw pillows. Just to be. Actually, I was cleaning out because I'm moving, and my friend was helping me, and I was like, "Dude, what are these extra pillows for?" She's like, "You don't put those on your bed." I was like, "No." I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What do you? I don't know what you do with those extra pillows.
Oh, you can do some things with the extra pillows.
I have to go.
No.
They work as bolsters.
I was just thinking about that.
Geez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the videotape.
Come on. I know what to do with those, but I don't know what to do after I make my bed and
like you're a Martha Stewart. You don't know what Martha Stewart.
You've never built a fort before? You've never had a pillow fight before?
Yeah, I have.
That's what you use those for.
Yeah.
Those are the little tiny throw pillows are literally throw pillows.
These
They're
are
artillery.
not throw pillows. These are like monster pillows. They're like this big. Well, they're humongous.
They're for your monsters to sleep.
They're like.
I'm scared of monsters still. Actually, kind of.
You are?
A little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, a little bit. The unless it was a nice monster, but the kinds I used to think about when I was a little kid. This is so messed up. I used to sleep with all my stuffed animals on top of me, and we were poor, so that wasn't that many stuffed animals. Just in case somebody came in my house to stab me to death, that they would give my stuffed animals.
That makes total sense, actually.
Me.
No, I get it.
Really?
I get it. I was never afraid of monsters. I was always afraid of the living dead.
Okay.
And ghosts, like really gruesome dead stuff. So I saw an episode of Tales from the Crypt where a guy comes out of the grave. And by the way, the movie Creepshow ruined my life.
Okay.
To this day, I still get scared, and I run up the stairs out of a dark basement. I'm still afraid of the dark. That's a fact. But when I was a kid, I took my bed and I moved it.
Will you say that before you have your show tonight?
That I'm still scared of the dark?
Will you say that on stage,
Absolutely.
please? I think that's great. Hey, just real quick, you're listening to WCAS Auraria, and we're simulcasting from K-Met over at the Tivoli on Auraria. Go ahead.
Okay, so I actually moved my bed into the center of my room so that if a zombie came into my room, I could evade it around the bed.
That's a great idea.
Too.
So I would have...
Right.
You can't see what I'm doing, but I had a path.
Because it's radio.
And that way I wouldn't get trapped up against the wall.
That's funny. I did that too.
Did you?
Yes, I did. I had 2 beds, and that was my other thing too, is that, I had a twin bed in my room for, whoever was going to spend the night. So if somebody came and they stabbed me, I could jump to the next bed, then jump to the door.
Did you do the thing where you'd put one finger on the light and then your toe on the bed?
Oh, I have
and
done
so
that,
when you turned out the lights, you could get to your bed easily?
Yeah.
I don't recall that. I think
The
my
quickest route to the bed possible?
Actually, I used to sleep with the lights on a lot, and then my mom would shut them off.
I am still afraid because camping is kind of like my sacred place.
Mine too.
And when I am scared to death of haunted houses or haunted walks in the woods. Pee my pants, shit my pants, scare me.
Has it been 5 minutes?
Yeah, it has.
Sorry, Mike.
No.
If somebody chases me with a chainsaw through the woods, the fight or flight kicks in, and it's not flight. I go into psycho crazy person, get away from me! I'm going to attack you. It's a little bit I scare myself.
I went to
awesome.
this last Halloween. I went to a haunted house over at Ranke Brothers, the old Halloween store in downtown Littleton. And I've always wanted to go to one of the bigger, scarier haunted houses. But I went to this one. This is a haunted house that is 30 years old, and it is designed to scare little girls. And it scared the crap out of me so bad. I was screaming and I was running. I like getting scared though.
I don't really like to get scared. You know what? I do the kind of scared the zip line that we did. When we were at camp.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I went to the zip line, I climbed up the wall, and I climbed up in 30 seconds. And I don't know how those kids climbed up that wall.
No, neither do I.
I'm oh my God. I mean, we had to rock climb up. It wasn't stairs, and all these kids are sick, right? And then here, I'm a 41-year-old chick when I was doing it. And I was oh my God, one kid had a brace on her leg. It's a legitimate rock wall, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got to the top, and I didn't realize, I was okay. And they were hey, princess, right on, So I get up to the top. I never knew what my knees are shaking meant, or my knees are knocking. My knees were knocking like Bugs Bunny. My heart, I could totally see how cartoonists came up with the idea to make your knees knock and have your heart pound out. Because I'm there is nothing in my effing soul that wants to step off this. How many stories was it? 4 or 5?
I think it was 4 or 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing in my soul wants to step off of 5 stories.
Yeah, but that's a different scared. That's I don't know.
That's legitimately fearing for your well-being. And those cartoonists were basing that stuff off of a different kind of fear. People were a lot more scared back then. People went and saw the original Blob in the theater. They went and saw King Kong, and they were terrified.
Right.
Yeah.
They saw, Boris Karloff as Frankenstein, and they went home and had nightmares.
Right.
Nowadays, people these days would go see that and go, what is
right?
What is this?
Yeah, I know.
Is this some sort of Art Nouveau film?
Oh my God. You have an entire repertoire. I'm just going to leave. Actually, if you'll just learn how to do my voice. Can you get me my 3 credits?
Sorry,
for this?
I'm jacked on caffeine.
No, that's great. That's awesome. Well, and then you'll be great for stage tonight. That'll be fantastic. Hey, buddy. Okay,
buddy.
so just to ask you again, did you
Sure.
do any New Year's resolutions? See, I always come full
you
circle.
Do.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
That's right. I do not set resolutions either.
Okay.
What I do is I set some goals for myself.
Uh-huh.
But they're not like boring, I need to lose weight. Well, I know I do. And that just doesn't happen
Hold on.
the first of the year.
You need a kidney. You don't necessarily need to lose weight.
No, but what I'm saying is like they're not like the traditional, like it's fun stuff. Like I want to go on more adventures. I want to do this. I want to do that. So they're more of goals, but they don't really start on the first of the year. Like they kind of carry over throughout the year and they change throughout the year.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
Long story short, no, I don't really set
That's awesome.
resolutions.
No, I actually gave up Lent for Lent. I'm not Catholic either, so nobody cares.
You take
about
the
that.
rod, I'll take the one in the tongue.
I just have to say, I wish that you could see the animation that is happening right now in this amazing, huge studio that
Right.
we
Great.
might end up breakdancing in.
I like the no chairs.
I do too.
And no, you know why? It's so good. Well, you would know this because you're a singer, but it's so good, for like your diaphragm. I mean, when you're sitting down, your voice, it's hard to get your full voice out versus here.
Right.
Okay, so you saw the guy that was here, Dr. Furr.
Yeah.
He is the genius behind the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he did an amazing
Well,
job.
and
It's
Rich
awesome.
Strong, I think, might have had a good hand in it. Rich is now the new advisor over at KMET Radio, which is a very good thing because the other guy was.
I really like this room a lot. I like it a lot. And I tend to pace while I'm talking anyway. That's why I like, no matter what happens in my life, I will probably always bartend at least one day a week.
Okay.
Because I like, number one, getting paid for my social life, and I pace when I talk.
Okay.
So I'll talk to someone and go, hey, it happened again. Yeah, that's really good. All right. And then walk away.
Oh, my God.
And then walk back and start having the conversation.
Right
again.
on. And
Yeah.
it's funny that you say that. Well, and clearly I can go away from a conversation and continue it back on because I am a stream of consciousness. But, okay, so those bicycles that you ride downtown that have like 20 seats around them and then you go from bar to bar to bar?
that we took on your birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was pretty awesome.
The booze
But-
cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I never go ride the bike. Well, normally it's because I'm so drunky monkey that's probably a good idea anyway. But in the middle, there's like a bar. You know what I mean? It's like having like a captive bar audience. And so I just go up and down in the middle.
That's
and-
exactly what you did while we were pedaling your ass up and going like, not even, we're like, me.
She's the one who goes, let's go on a canoe trip and then doesn't bring a paddle.
Yep. And but it was my idea.
Yeah, it was. And you know what? It was so much fun. It was absolutely an awesome time.
Oh my God. See, Aaron doesn't drink my Kool-Aid. It's because you're probably the same way.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I mean, hold on. You just said I'm the lead singer. I'll get there when I get there, and everybody else is going to poop their pants.
yeah.
The equivalent of not bringing it back.
There was that documentary, It Might Get Loud, with The Edge and Jimmy Page and Jack White.
Okay.
And I remember saying, I was like, man, this is cool that it's a bunch of guitar players. If this was a movie about a bunch of singers, it'd be a lot shorter and be called, Man, I Don't Have to Carry Shit.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm definitely on that page. Okay. Would you guys like to talk about resolutions now?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
And by the way, I mean, the banter and off topic absolutely doesn't bother me at all. I absolutely adore you guys. So I hope you guys feel the same way. Let's see. Yep. No, haven't heard from my mom yet tonight.
Oh, not yet. Just
Don't know
give it
what's
time.
going on. Okay, so this is from the University of Scranton and the Journal of Clinical Psychology from January 1st of 2014.
Okay.
Okay, that's when they did the research. And here are the top 10. Okay, what do you think are the top 10? Have you guys already seen this? Have you already looked
No.
at it?
No.
Okay. What do you think are the top 10?
Resolution.
Lose weight,
Resolutions.
quit
Lose
smoking,
weight.
quit drinking.
That's right.
Find a partner or spouse. Be better to my kids.
Find a new job.
New job.
Like something about financial.
Travel to Europe, or out of the country or something like
Maybe
that.
have babies.
Okay, well, a lot of yours are wrong.
Really?
And a
Okay.
lot of them are right. Okay.
All right. What are the top 10?
Number 1 is lose weight.
Show me lose
Okay.
weight.
Number 2, get organized.
What?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I
I
mean,
can see that.
you know what though? If you're the anal retentive kind of person that makes a New Year's resolution, you're probably the anal retentive person that wants to get more organized.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3, spend less, save more.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I have this Kanye affliction. I swear I think I'm Kanye West. It's really disgusting. And I always think, although I am doing this, but not because it's the new year. I'm not buying myself anything tangible this year
Yeah.
unless I have a gift card for it. And which, you know, when I like spend money on my credit cards, you get points to get gift cards. So
Sure.
I can get like $100
Nothing
Amazon
tangible.
yeah.
Clarify for me.
Nothing tangible. Like a pair of pants.
Okay, so
It has to be an
only
experience.
only buy concepts.
Right.
Or
So
experiences.
I can go out to dinner.
Yeah, that's
I can go out to dinner. That's fine.
Okay.
Although, God, ever since I quit drinking, dinner's like free.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, only experiences. So I could go to Europe. I just can't get myself a new pair of pants when I go to Europe or whatever. And plus, I already have enough. Like, how many more pairs of boots?
Can
Well,
you
you
buy
and I-
something to commemorate an experience?
Like what?
Okay, so like let's say, all right, check me out.
Okay.
All right, let's say that you take your best guy or gal, or guy gal, to the carnival, and you win them a teddy bear.
Okay.
Do you get to keep it? Because
No.
technically you bought the teddy bear.
No. But I am allowed to buy as many gifts as I want. So actually, what I find myself doing instead is, okay, I have these socks that I love that don't match. Have you seen these socks?
Oh, you said you
Oh.
did. Yeah, I saw
They're like
something.
$20 a pair. They're so awesome. I love these socks. I cannot buy these for myself. Actually, I got an Amazon gift card, so they sell them on Amazon, which is cool. But until I got that Amazon gift card, I bought those socks for a few people.
That's awesome.
They are awesome, and I love to buy gifts anyway.
That includes books and music?
Well, not textbooks. If it's something I don't like, I mean, like my lock on my front door broke. Okay, I have to buy it. That it was
Right,
at
that's
first.
like a
yeah,
no- yeah.
I have.
So
to buy
what
it
if
now.
you went to a show,
Uh-huh.
okay, an experience,
Right.
and you really wanted to support the band for providing that experience,
Mm-hmm.
and so you went to go buy some merchandise? Does that mean you would have to just leave the merchandise behind
Mm-hmm.
and let them keep the money?
Yeah, or give it away.
I think if someone did that, my feelings would be a little hurt.
Really?
Yeah, I'd be
okay.
like, oh wait, you want to give me money, but you don't want the
No. I mean, like, but what I would do, because it wouldn't even, that part where I just would give money and it would, and not get anything, I would buy like 15 t-shirts. Then I would go to the bartender or somebody in the band that didn't have a big mouth. Okay. and hold on, I don't know why I'm pointing at you.
gestured my direction
I know.
for those of you
Yeah.
at home.
No, but Andy Burkaw has a big mouth about stuff like that too. Like, like if I want to do something sort of secretly and surreptitiously for people, he just can't shut his pie hole.
Okay,
It's
so
true. Okay, so I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't tell you guys or the band. Okay, because also it means a lot to me that you guys don't know that I'm the one that did it. Okay, okay. So I wouldn't want you guys to know that I was necessarily the one that was like showing that fiscal support. And so I would like go to the bartender. I'd buy like 15 t-shirts or whatever. I'd ask the person selling the t-shirts if they would tell somebody at the bar that somebody bought 15 t-shirts and wants the servers to give them away throughout the night.
Did you just come up with that?
I'm a day maker, dude. I'm serious. This shit just comes to me. I mean,
That's really good. 5 minutes and counting.
Okay, well, and okay, so you know what? We're going to go to break. Then you know what, Mike? That'll give you a little time to get to break too. So yeah, and by the way, you're listening to WCAS Auraria and KMET Radio Auraria.
It's very entertaining.
It's a good show.
Yeah, it's right here. Want a little something for the ride home? Check these boots out for size.
WCAS. All across America, something remarkable is happening. Kids are eating better. They're exercising. Our youngsters are, drumroll please, getting healthy. And it's all because determined moms have gotten together to make a difference. It's not rocket science. They're just finding creative ways to help their kids exercise and eat 5 servings of fruit and vegetables every day. You can do it too. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov. Again, that's letsmove.gov. Brought to you by USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
Kids spend a lot of time on all sort of ridiculous things. They'll spend all ages watching funny online videos or 197 straight minutes playing a video game about alien picnics, which means they can spend 2 minutes twice a day brushing their teeth. Tooth decay is the single most common chronic childhood disease. That's why brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain. To find out more, visit 2min2x.org. Visit 2min2x.org. 2 minutes twice a day, they have the time. A message from the partnership of Healthy Mouth, Healthy Lives, the Ad Council, and by WCAS Radio.
And you're listening to Social Penetration, where entertainment meets enlightenment. It's on WCAS Radio, Central 108, happening right now.
Oh, here, I'll turn our mics
that
back
talking?
on. Right?
That's you?
Oh, is that me?
Hold on.
I
You
knew
want me to
it.
play it again? Hold on.
Right.
And you're listening to Social Penetration, where entertainment meets
Thanks, buddy.
enlightenment. It's on WCAS Radio, Central 108, happening right now.
Super duper great. Nicely done. Nicely
Good
done.
job.
No, that was so
That
great.
is awesome.
And
That was
so-
after we went to breakfast.
Yes, it was so sweet. I can pour you over pancakes. I'm going to have you do some stuff for me too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, we got to mix it up around here. We can't have just the same stuff every
I agree.
every break. Blue.
Well, look, the flashing, the thing is flashing.
Ooh.
Oh my
Ooh,
God, we're
that
getting a
means
phone call. Hold
somebody's
on.
calling.
Hold on. Hey, this is Stacy. Oh, hi, Mom. Hold on 1 second, okay?
Ha.
Oh, that's pretty cute. Hold on. Call the board. Okay, can you hear my mom? Hey, Mom, are you there?
Yes,
What are you
Hi,
doing?
Mom.
I'm calling in to check up with you and tell you you're sounding good.
Thank you, Mom. That's really sweet. What did you do on Wednesdays since you didn't get to listen to me?
On Wednesday,
Yeah, what were you doing for 6 weeks on Wednesday? Mom, you can't just laugh to yourself. It's radio. Throw me a bone.
yes, I can. I'm a mom. I can do
I know.
anything
I
want
know.
to.
Yeah, nobody's the boss of you. I get it. Oh, what did you do? Oh, because you're being pervy right now. I just picked that up. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, well, I
Good
introduced
for
my
her.
mom to
I
her
know
boyfriend.
you did. I met him.
I'm super good with compatibility. I know when people are compatible with
Yeah.
each other, including myself. Yeah.
Awesome.
I know. Who knew? Sorry, Mom. Go ahead. What are you doing? What did you have for dinner, Mom?
I've had homemade pea soup.
Oh, that's right, because you're giving me some. That's awesome.
That's right.
Good, because
Yeah,
I don't have any
somebody's-
groceries.
Somebody's got to feed you.
And that's true. And
Yeah.
hey, Mom, did you make any New Year's resolutions?
No, I don't believe in that.
Oh, that's cool. That's good. You know,
Sorry.
Good for you.
no, Mom, you don't have to apologize. That's it. Heather's here. You heard that, right? And now, have you heard Aaron before? Were you listening to the show
No,
where he was?
no, and he has a nice voice.
My mom says you have a nice voice, which you could hear through your own headphones. Mom,
Why,
he
thank
can
you
hear
very
you.
much.
That's nice. Jeez, Mom.
He's going to start talking.
Right? My
What's
mom's
your,
dirty.
what's your name, Mama?
My name's Sarah.
It's nice to meet you, Sarah.
Isn't she sweet?
Same here.
Well, cool, Mom. We're going to get back to like goals and resolutions, but I'm so grateful to hear from you, and I love your stinky guts.
And that's good because I love yours.
I'll talk to you later, Mom.
Thanks for calling.
Love you.
Bye, Mama.
Bye.
So where were we on the list here?
Okay. So we had getting organized, spend less, save more, enjoy life to the fullest, number 4.
That's very general and just very broad.
See, and this is the big. If these are the top 10 resolutions, then that right there shows me exactly why so many of them fail.
Absolutely.
It's because they're incredibly general. See, I'm more interested in outcomes, more interested in setting outcomes, and outcomes are very specific.
Right.
They're very measurable. They're achievable goals that you can set. They're timed. They're toward what you want. There's a whole system towards setting goals, and that is just like live life to the fullest.
Right.
Make more money. Well, if you
Make
say
more, one more, like what, a buck more?
yeah, or a penny more.
Right.
If you say I'm going to make more money, okay. So if you say your conscious mind is the goal setter and your unconscious mind is the goal getter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you say I want to make more money, then you find a penny on the ground. Your unconscious mind, which takes the path of least resistance and the shortest route between 2 points, is going to go. Okay, we did it. Done.
Check
Good.
that one off the list.
Boom. Done.
Yes.
Oh my God, you are gonna love the stuff that we have tonight. The other people that I've interviewed, I know that you guys are gonna thoroughly enjoy this. You know, I actually prepare for these shows, right?
Oh wow.
I know it seems like odd because it's like, wow, you have no talent, nothing to say, and it seems like, yeah, I'm kind of using you guys. Is really what it boils down to. That's all right.
I felt that.
Okay, I get it. Staying fit and healthy, which could sort of go into the quitting drinking thing, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I mean, I don't know. Like I quit drinking, and I have no difference in my like.
My question would be
demeanor.
staying fit and healthy. How specifically?
Right. Yeah.
Very general.
Drink more orange juice. Like what? You know what I mean? Don't eat ice cream cones with gluten in them. I mean, throw me a bone. What is it?
Something.
Yeah. Learn something exciting. Yeah, I could go way to the pervy side on that. I'm like,
Yeah.
learn something exciting. Yep. What do you
Learn something exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Learn something exciting. Quit smoking.
Okay, that's pretty specific.
Yeah,
I
that
think
is.
that's a good one too.
Yeah, you used to smoke.
I did.
How
yes.
much did you used to smoke?
I probably was like half a pack,
Oh, good for you.
and then I just got sick, and I was like, well, I don't really feel like smoking while I'm coughing up half of my lung.
I
So-
wish that would happen to me every time I had been sick, but instead I would get like bronchitis and be taking penicillin and smoking my face off. You used to smoke. How
I
much
have
did you
been
smoke?
cigarette free for 352 days, 18 hours,
Wow.
36 minutes.
Amazing.
I have not smoked 3,527.7565 cigarettes.
Stop it.
I have saved $1,058.33
Whoa.
and added 14 days, 5 hours, and 59 seconds to my life.
Nice.
According to
awesome.
this iPhone
Thank
app.
God for 59 seconds.
Yeah.
Now, how much did you used to smoke?
I used to smoke about a pack a day.
Okay. 2.5 packs a day.
Holy,
That's
a
too
lot.
much.
Four.
That is a lot.
Four if I was drinking.
You know, one of the things that got me to quit smoking
What?
is
You started smoking pole.
it's related. It's related. One of the main reasons I quit smoking.
Yeah.
Okay, my grandfather died of cancer
Okay.
at 65.
It's
65.
somehow related.
Okay, 65. That wasn't enough to do it. Okay, it was ruining my singing voice. That wasn't enough to do it.
Wow.
It was giving me heart problems, and that wasn't enough to do it. What made me quit smoking is when I learned that it messed with your boners.
Oh.
well.
When I learned that my might stop working.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
When I found out my number one Universal Soldier
Right.
might be going into early retirement,
Right.
I decided to stop.
Wow. You know, I actually stopped. It was a total accident. Did I have I told you this story?
I don't.
I might,
so.
I repeat myself all the time. I used to repeat myself a lot more when I was hammered all the time because I didn't remember what I was telling everybody, but, that's a different story. So, I went to my sister's house for Christmas, and my niece and nephew wanted me to spend the night. They were like 10 and 12, okay? And that's just what, okay, it's Christmas, Aunt Stace spends the night, right? So I'm like, oh my God, well, I don't get to smoke my 2.5 to 4 packs of cigarettes a day. So I'm going to go to the store and get myself the patch. And I put 4 patches on myself.
Oh my gosh.
So I put these 4 patches on myself, and I didn't have a craving for cigarettes all day. I had the worst effing dreams ever.
I'm
I won't
sure.
even call them dreams, nightmares, right? But the next day, I was like, whoa, I can't believe I didn't smoke for 24 hours. That's insane. I always smoke my face off, right? So I went to the bathroom and I unzipped my bag and I smelled like an effing homeless person.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
so
So gross.
foul. And then I'm at their house all day, and it's Christmas Day and, everybody's unwrapping their presents and everything. And I smell like an effing homeless person. It was disgusting. So, but I have a question. Do you guys ever crave cigarettes anymore?
No.
I crave the idea.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if if I'm hanging out and a lot of people are smoking cigarettes, like I don't know, I miss the idea of smoking. But then any time that I went back and in times that I've quit before and have tried to smoke, it's just been like, oh my God, I don't want that in my body. I don't miss cigarettes at all.
I smoked for like 4 more months after I quit. Did you smoke? I mean, like, you know what I mean? I would smoke when I drank.
Well, after I quit, I think I like went back to the well a couple times after I went out and drinking.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I got super sick, probably because I was schnockered, but I like
puked. I puked everywhere.
So did I. I was like, okay, that's not really going to work.
And now I sort of assimilate cigarettes and smoke to like beer, cigarettes, and vomit.
Yeah, me too.
I have no cravings, though, if that's any consolation. Yeah. Because I used to crave them all the time. You know, like, oh, wouldn't that be great? None whatsoever. So
after it, I forget what the actual numbers are, but you know, once you run through the cravings, it's once it's out of your system, it's done.
Oh, wait, we got a phone call. Oh, holy cow! Hold on, I bet this is Mike. Hey, what's up? Hey, you want to come on the air with us? Right on. Hold on one sec. Oh, this is Mikey, finally. Hey, Mike. Hold on. Wait. There you go. You're on, homie.
Good. How are you guys?
Super duper great.
Hi,
How
Mike.
are you, lover buns? Oh, wait.
Good.
We have another freaking call coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Shut up. Do you really?
No, hold on.
Yeah.
No, I don't know why that one's going on. Never mind. It's hung up.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hey.
Do you know Aaron? He's the lead singer in Andy's band White Fudge. Or I should say Andy's the bass player in Aaron's band.
I remember him.
Well, I don't remember your voice, but I'm sure.
Oh.
Mike does have a great voice.
Oh, you're the best. So we're
what's
talking about cigarettes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am 10 years running on smoking cigarettes right now.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I started at a young age.
Uh-huh.
How do you quit? Because obviously the boner thing,
Right.
I never heard about that before.
Well, that should just make you want to quit now.
That's circulation. I mean, that's all that is. It's circulation. So anything that's going to be affected by circulation is going to be affected by smoking. And then
what about herb?
You know what? That's just not my drug of choice. I mean,
Really? Me either.
Oh, yeah, right?
Not.
I know. I don't actually ever see Mike not baked. I don't think.
Oh, seriously, I'm actually, you can't tell, but I am just high as fire right now. My goodness.
But I bet you're running our board over there seamlessly.
Oh, God, it sounds good. You three sound terrific,
Do
by
we?
the way.
Everything sounds better when you're baked out of your skull.
Naturals.
You know, do you miss being over here, though?
Huh?
Don't you miss being over here and being on the mic with us?
You're missing out on the awesome party
it's okay,
over
because
here.
it's only a couple of weeks.
It's only a couple of weeks, but do you feel like a baller now that you're running that board over there?
A baller? Okay. I'll call myself a baller.
Hey, Mike, you want to quit smoking?
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to quit smoking right now?
Yes.
Okay, I got a task for you, and you got to agree to it before I can give it to you.
Yeah, I agree to whatever you say.
Okay, he's going to tell you to smoke pole.
No.
Okay.
Here's your task, okay? What I want you to do...
meth? I'm kidding, no.
I have been binging on Breaking Bad, so... All right. So, so this is what you're going to do. Go to Walgreens, King Soopers, Office Max, anywhere you can get a small little notebook that'll fit in your pocket, okay?
Okay.
Get a pen. Keep it with you all the time, all right? Anytime that you are about to put a cigarette into your mouth, you can smoke all you want, but here's the deal. Anytime you're going to smoke, you have to do a journal entry, and you have to mark what triggered it, what's going on in your head, what your emotional state is. Just write a short page on everything that is going through your head, your entire emotional experiences, what you see, what you hear, what you feel, what your internal dialogue is. The entire sensory experience. Maybe it's something that you smelt that set you off. Maybe it's something you tasted that set you off. Something you saw, something you heard, some sort of internal feeling that you had.
Okay.
Write all of that down before you smoke.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you do that, Mike?
I'll do that, and then next Wednesday, we'll catch up. We'll see if this actually works, because I got to tell you, there's nothing better than when you can overcome an addiction.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So if this works...
This is the deal, though.
Write it down.
This is the
Every
deal,
time.
though. You have to do it every time. I can't be held accountable for the results if you don't do it exactly the way that I'm telling you to do it.
Come on, Mike. We're counting on you next Wednesday.
So,
I don't think I can find a notebook that big.
Yeah. Well, just then once you go through one, get another one, but do it every single time. The rule is you cannot smoke. You can smoke all you want, but you cannot smoke unless you write down the information, the entire experience of what is going on in the moment. Because here's the thing.
And
awareness.
This is just cigarette talk, right?
This is just cigarettes. If you were trying to stop smoking weed, I would actually recommend the same thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Not there yet.
Awareness in and of itself is transformative. And you cannot do anything which does not serve you and also do it with awareness. Now, I'm not talking about knowing that you're smoking. I'm talking about actually watching with awareness the process of making the decision to pull out a cigarette and light it up. They sound like they're kind of the same thing, but watching the actual process of doing it is totally different.
Sure.
So,
no doubt.
Well, and not only that, but don't you think that how many times do you put a cigarette in your mouth and you don't realize that you put a cigarette in your mouth?
Yeah, it's unconscious.
Hey, actually,
seriously.
Mike, I have a question to ask you, and I have a question to ask all of you guys, but you know what? We have to go to another break over here at WCAS Auraria that's live simulcasting with KMET Auraria. So hold on, we'll be right back. Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses experiencing a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, American Red Cross, and by WCAS Radio. Today, nearly 17 million kids struggle with hunger, and without free school lunches, many of them will miss meals this summer. But even though the school year might end, free meals for your kids don't have to. If your child relies on free or reduced price school lunches, Feeding America can help provide them with food this summer. Help your kids stop worrying about food and start focusing on fun. Visit feedingamerica.org/summer meals to find your local food bank for help. Once again, that's feedingamerica.org/summer meals. Together, we're Feeding America. This message is brought to you by Feeding America, the Ad Council, and WCAS Radio.
Why can't I turn off the radio? It's because you're listening to WCAS. This is the best part! We play what you want, when you want. I want to listen to it, okay? WCAS, rocking Auraria.
Hey, we're back.
Hello.
You're listening to Social Penetration. Hey, Mikey.
Hey.
Okay, so are you committed to do that so that we can do the science experiment for next week?
I am so committed. I need to stop smoking cigarettes. It is so overdone. It's not even cool anymore, you know? Like, back when I was a kid, it was cool. Now it's not even cool.
Well, and not only that, but hold on. You and I are from the Midwest, so I know that they smoke more in the Midwest for sure.
Like chimneys.
Oh, my God, totally.
Like locomotives.
Yeah, and here people just think it's gross. And you know what?
Plus, you
is.
want to be able to get boners, don't you?
Oh.
My dad has never smoked.
Stacey, all is lost.
My dad has never smoked a cigarette in his life, and sorry, Dad, I really hope you're not listening because I'm about to call you out.
Right
but
on.
My dad is 63, and he is going strong, man. That guy is a one-man boner assembly line.
Nice. My stepdad, Mom, will you text me the age where you guys quit getting it on? Sorry to but it was very, very late. I think in his 70s or 80s.
Wow.
But okay, so here's another question: would you guys make out with somebody that smokes?
Yeah.
Well, Mike would. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Since I stopped drinking and smoking, my tolerance for I won't mess around with anyone that I think is going to be a headache.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? And I work in the bar business and the music business,
Right.
so it's around.
And not only that,
The
but hold
ladies
on,
are around.
the bar is set pretty low for a problem in your world. Yes?
Yeah. So now it's like if a woman is being very aggressive and she's really drunk and she's chain smoking, it's just like I don't even want to bother.
Yeah. Well.
And then I guess I have made out with women who smoke since I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my preference.
Okay.
but I'm a guy. I'll totally
He'll
do
totally
it.
do it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Who doesn't like making out?
Right.
Do you like making? Because I actually have friends that don't like to make out.
What?
Like, no, my last co-host Vinny. He hated making out. He
Really?
said, yeah, he was like, nope, unless I know it's going to lead to some business and it's just kind of like a formality. I'm like, I could make out all day.
How unromantic is that?
No, it's totally gross. Yeah, no,
seriously.
he was not a romantic guy. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, so number 8, you guys, is help others in their dreams.
What?
Isn't that like, I mean, I love that. And I mean,
It's nice.
I love to help people like make connections and get where they want to go. That's one of my favorite things to do. I just think that that's kind of shocking that it's number 8 in the top 10 New Year's resolutions.
I like that one.
I do too.
I mean, it's not super specific, but it's a good statement of purpose.
Yeah.
It's like a mission
it is,
statement.
too.
I like that.
I do too. I love it.
I'm really surprised that something like that is on there, to be honest.
No, I'm totally shocked. And not only that, but it's just like I love to do it just like naturally as a human being. I didn't really think about that was necessarily an activity. Do you know what I mean? Like it was just like, oh, okay, well.
Is this like Family Feud where they just survey the audience?
Yeah.
And, like they survey a bunch of people and they're like, oh, they're going to be talking about this. I really want to sound like a swell, upstanding citizen. I'm kind of surprised that that's in the top 10.
Yeah,
I'm really
I am
surprised
too.
it is.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
No, I mean
but I'm
too.
surprised it's in the top 10.
Number 9 is fall in love. Here's my thing though. Hey, Mike, I hear something in the background. Do you guys hear something in the background?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, Mike. So he's talking to somebody else. Hold on, I'll just turn his mic down. Okay, so number 9 is fall in love. But again, back to your point about not specific enough. I want to fall in love with somebody that falls in love with me too.
Well, and I want to fall in love with someone who meets these criteria. They are, they have these values. They have these belief systems. They're on the same path as me. Someone I'm physically attracted to. Someone who's physically attracted to me.
Right.
The more specific you get, the closer to the mark you're going to hit.
Right. No, I totally, fall, but I want to fall in love with a freaking douchebag that treats me like a piece of crap.
I used to fall in love with breakfast, man. I fell in love with every girl I dated, and it wasn't the best.
No,
it wasn't the best strategy.
No, and not only that, but I always say there's worse things than having too much faith in humanity when you're, you know what I mean, like in romantic situation. Mike, if you're still there, you actually are one of those guys that has a lot of faith in girls, right?
Oh, I do. In fact, some say too much. But
Right. Oh, my
I'm definitely
God.
a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, I know. It's so sweet. Oh, my 2 guys that are here tonight. Oh, I just love the crap out of you guys. But no, I mean, there's worse things than having too much faith in humanity. Oh, except for if you're going to be boning someone for a long period of time. Then it actually doesn't serve you. Oh, by the way, it says, oh, no, Mom, I wasn't asking if Pops quit smoking. I was talking about him doing it, Mom. But you know
He's
what?
listening.
You don't have to. You don't have to answer, Mom. You don't have to answer. You're so sweet, Mom.
Hey, Stacey, I will tell you, what's the biggest turnoff for anybody, guy or girl going out there in the social scene, whatever, it's just lack of self-confidence.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I cannot stand, when somebody thinks they're unworthy of something.
No, but I have this tendency to, go for the dudes that, I'm sure that on an inner level, they completely lack self-confidence. So on the outside, they look like they have complete confidence.
Right.
Because they're overcompensating for, like that.
It's a polar opposing insecurity complex.
That they're hung like a light switch or whatever that thing is.
What are you talking about? It's huge.
Polar opposing insecurity compensation is what it is.
Okay.
Not
There it
complex.
is.
Yeah.
Compensation. Basically, someone who aggressively compensates in the opposite direction of where they believe their greatest shortcoming is.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, oddly enough, I have now been able to spot that from 1,000,000 miles away. And so I can see tools that are like that. Well, I mean, they're hurting. I get it. But yeah, and they're not the kind of tools I want to go out with. So, no doubt. Okay, number 10. You ready for this one?
Yep.
Ta-da! Spend more time with family.
See, I kind of had that one. Be nicer to my kids, be nicer to my spouse,
yeah,
and spend
okay.
more time with family. See,
Okay.
I get that.
Yeah. Hey, Mom. I'm not going to spend more time with you.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No, actually, no.
Oh.
No. I'm just
poor
no.
mom.
Ice Queen.
No, Mom. No, and my mom knows this. My mom and I started doing yoga together.
Really?
That's awesome.
Sarah does
Yeah.
yoga?
My mom, Sarah, does yoga now. And
for her.
you know what? She makes the cutest, funniest little comments while we're in there. Like, they'll go, okay, go into pigeon pose. And do you guys know what pigeon pose is?
Yeah.
Where it's,
Yeah.
Sure.
basically, if you're not loose in your hips, it's a very painful pose. And my mom gets into this pose. And of course, she's 77 and hasn't, and the instructor's like, yeah, and if you kind of wag your tail a little bit, which you can't see because it's radio,
Shut up,
but they'll
yeah.
go like, you'll get the stretch in different places. My mom, like out loud, was like, yeah. Clearly, you get your
That's
stuff in
awesome.
different places. So yeah, but that's my mom and I. That is a great way of bonding, and I hope that I can continue it this semester. Oh wait, Mom, I can't actually because now I'm on the radio with Mike on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. So,
That's right.
So, Mom, you might have to miss yoga too, and then you can call us, and then you and Tim can go to yoga together. So,
You guys could do a remote from a yoga class.
you know what? We could, Mike. You know what? We could have my mom come in here. Mom?
Hey, that's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, okay. Not a bad idea. Excellent. Mom, if you want to come in here sometime, you just bring it. Okay, so New Year's resolution statistics, and I'll go through these quickly because that was the best part, was figuring out what they were. Okay, percent of Americans who usually make New Year's resolutions, that's 45%. Percent of Americans who infrequently make New Year's resolutions, 17%. So that's actually not a lot. I mean,
No.
yeah.
Not at all.
Percent of Americans who absolutely never make New Year's resolutions, 38%. That's me.
That's me.
Percent of people who are successful in achieving their resolution, 8 fucking push the
Oh,
red thing.
no,
Yeah,
8.
percent.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That has to do with the
Mike-
specificity.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree.
Hey, Mike, are you on the red button so that I can do that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So when I do that, you have to push the red button 2 times.
Okay, I'm ready
Okay.
for you.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay, so if it happens again, don't forget to do that, but I can't do it now for 5 minutes. And I keep hogging all the opportunity.
No kidding.
I know. Sorry, guys.
That's because I'm a professional and I learned to
Right.
clear up my language before I go on the radio.
Me
So-
too. I was so used to not being able to swear at the other place that I.
Good for you guys.
That's a
Well,
learned
you know what?
behavior.
I had a little bit of frustration for the 3 hours leading up to the show because it was supposed to go pretty seamlessly, and now we have Mike on the telephone.
Oh, God.
So-
it was such a ruckus. Hey, speaking of which, I actually have a timer right here. So as soon as I give you the green light, y'all can cuss again.
Oh, okay. Thanks, buddy.
So it actually might not be 5 minutes.
Okay.
So
Super
we'll
great.
see.
Okay. Let's see.
He's got someone from the FCC in there,
Right.
just like giving a thumbs up,
Yeah.
going, okay, you're good.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Speaking of which, do y'all want to cuss together?
Yes.
We can all cuss at the
Okay.
exact same time.
Okay. Okay.
Well, hold on. Not yet. As soon as I
No.
get to
You
go.
let us know. What?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Tell us the code word.
Okay. Oh, God. The code word will be a blueberry pancake.
Okay. So when you say blueberry pancake, we're all gonna drop an
We're all just
F-bomb or
gonna-
whatever.
We're all going to drop an
Yeah.
F-bomb?
Okay, or whatever
It's
it
your
is.
favorite cuss word.
Okay. Oh, I know what mine is. You're gonna have
I-
to push the button twice though, because mine is long.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
there's like a good 4-second, 5-second delay. So if
Okay.
it fits in there, we're good. If not,
Done
yeah,
and done.
we'll
I
try
got
for
it.
next time.
Oh, I'm a fast talker, homie.
This is
Hey,
hilarious. I think as soon as it gets a 10.
Hey, Mike,
Sorry.
is your new girl listening tonight?
Allie, you know what? She may be listening.
Huh.
She may not be listening. I
Does
really
she know how
have no
smitten
idea.
you are with her?
She does,
She does now.
I'll tell you, she is the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas.
Aw, love it.
She's but since I told you that her and I were friends, close friends for 5 years, not even a hookup, no kissing, no nothing, strictly friends. And
Yep.
then we started hanging out this last Christmas actually.
Nice.
We hooked up and things have been going great ever since.
Nice.
But that's such a key part to a healthy relationship is being friends before you just dive right into it.
Wait, you hooked up what?
We hooked up everything.
Yeah.
Like
like your
like your TV and your PlayStation and your,
No, dude,
your DVD player?
Blu-ray player, and I hooked it up for her, if you know.
Yeah, no, I think you
Oh, yeah, I get it. You hooked up the surround sound.
or your pop-up camper to
Yep.
your Ford F-150.
Some say, hey, okay, blueberry pancakes.
Oh, mother cocksucking motherfucker.
Pussy fart.
Okay, we're done.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
I hope that worked.
Okay,
Hey.
hold on.
Okay. Now, don't block this out because you're listening to WCAS Auraria and KMET
That
Radio
did not work
Auraria.
as well as that.
Oh, it didn't work as well? Whoopies.
First
Okay.
nights are always the hardest.
Okay, well, we learn something new all the time.
Yep.
You just keep working on that, homie. Okay, so percent who have infrequent success, 49%, makes perfect sense. Percent who never succeed and fail on their resolution each year, 24%. Yeah, and people who explicitly make resolutions, though, are 10 times more likely to attain their goals than people who do not explicitly make them. So, yeah. Yep.
Stacey, that goes with that Laws of Attraction book that you just gave me.
I know it, dude.
It's that positive vibe.
Yep,
Does it mention anything about SMART goals in that book? I haven't read it yet. You gave me like 5 copies, and I'm going to read all of them.
No, I
haven't got past
for
all
you
the
to give to other people.
pictures,
Oh, okay.
I'm spreading
But
the love.
no, I mean, that sounds so right on.
No, and yeah, it's all about thoughts attracting energy, and he's a big NLP guy, but I don't know if he specifically calls it that, Aaron, but it wouldn't stun me. By the way, he wants straight guys to be on a panel or something of his. Are you like, is that or not?
Yeah,
straight single guys.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll let him know.
I would love to.
I will let Michael Lozier know that Aaron Howell
Straight, but not narrow.
No. And by the way, he didn't mean straight. I meant single.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and Mike, you're not. Are you not single anymore? I mean, like, you know what I mean? I mean, well, because I know this is maybe a little uncomfortable if Allie's listening, but
does polyamory
count? Mama waiting for me?
Pardon me?
You got a sugar mama waiting for me?
I don't. I'm actually. I might contemplate a sugar daddy. You know what though? Sugar daddies, by and large, enjoy women that are far more compliant than I am. I think.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think that's probably. I think that's a long-standing tradition. Hey,
what about Arthur when he picks up Liza Minnelli, like in the film?
You're not
Arthur.
even old enough to see that.
That movie made me cry my eyes out when
Me
Hobson
too.
dies.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. No, but like he loved Liza Minnelli because she was poor and outspoken and did her own thing.
Yeah, but I'm not poor. So, hey, we got to go to break again, but you are listening to WCAS Auraria and KMET Radio Auraria. Holy cow, we are simulcasting here on the Auraria campus. Everybody's so lucky to hear us. And that'll let you go to a break, too. Thanks, Mike. We'll see you in a sec.
You're off.
Does driving in the car make you want to smoke? What about having a cup of coffee in the morning? Or dealing with stress? These things, and many others, are triggers for smoking. And if you want to quit smoking, you'll need to relearn how to handle all of these things without a cigarette. X can help. It's a free 3-step quit plan created with help from Mayo Clinic and input from ex-smokers. It can help you relearn your smoking triggers and your life without cigarettes. Get your free X quit plan at becomeanx.org. X, a new way to think about quitting. This message brought to you by X and the Ad Council.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel over a mile, carrying a world of trouble. It can land, ignite, and destroy your home and community. With simple steps to adapt to wildfire, like cleaning areas around buildings, knowing community safe zones, you help protect your home and community from wildfire damage.
According to a recent survey, 86% of dads spend more time with their children today than their own fathers did with them. However, 7 out of 10 also report that they could use tips on how to be a better parent. Even the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. For more information, call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and by WCAS Radio.
This station is approved for all radio nerds.
Well, I must confess that I really do enjoy radio. Some people would call me a radio nerd.
WCAS Auraria.
Internet radio. And you're listening to Social Penetration, where entertainment meets enlightenment. It's on WCAS Radio, Central 108, happening right now.
Aw, Aaron, even if you choke on a sandwich, I'll always be able to remember you helping me out with that kind of stuff.
What am I, Mama Cass over here?
I know, right? I know. And we are back. Hey, Mike, what's going on, homie? No, I bet you he's still running his spots, so we'll just kind of keep on going. Okay, so that's so funny. My friend Julie said, okay, funny. Commercial just played about how to quit smoking. Was that for Mike? Great show, by the way. Hey, thanks, Jules. I love your guts.
Thank you, Julie.
That's my buddy in Phoenix.
Oh, cool.
Hi, Jules.
I know. Jules is the bombs. Okay, so Raj says to me, goal-oriented, I am working. Oh, wait, we got another call coming in. Hey, hold on. I don't know what line this is coming in. Oops. Probably this one. Hello? Long-time listener, first-time caller. Hold on. I think this is going to work. Long-time listener, are you going to keep it clean?
Switch over.
Yeah, seamless switch over.
Absolutely clean. I have to keep it clean. I was noticing, I was sort of, if I may say so, listening to the competition, listening to that other radio station, and nothing, well, I'll put it this way, everything's getting through.
Everything?
Even the experiment about the bad words, that didn't work.
Okay, well, we'll keep that in mind. Thank God.
The real reason I called, if I may, I think you kind of have glossed over a really interesting group discussion here. I think I'd like to ask that the panel, so to speak, Stacy included, discuss the fact that through a very interesting Freudian slip, Stacy has mixed up straight and single.
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah, I mixed it up. But what are you insinuating that means?
That's what I want to discuss.
Oh, that straight and single are theoretically, I don't know how I mix that up. And not only that, but so I called, well, maybe it's because Aaron is such a virile young buck. The first thing that came out of my mouth was straight.
Oh, so it's like, proximity effect?
Yeah,
clearly.
That's what I would say. I would say it's just content chunks grouped together in the way they're filed in her brain. I don't know. I don't necessarily subscribe to everything that Freud said. And I think that there was just a slip rather than a Freudian slip. That would be my guess.
You don't think it was Freudian?
I don't think it was Freudian.
Okay,
I think it was.
But if I did, okay, so if it was Freudian, what would I have been saying? I mean, what would I have been saying?
Or if it was Freudian.
Yeah, what would I be saying? Yeah.
Okay, then it would basically mean that straight and single go hand in hand for you. Because you're a straight woman.
Okay.
Or a heterosexual woman.
Okay.
So when you think single, you also think straight.
Okay.
Because you could, you're someone who knows what you want, right? So you're getting as specific as possible, which is great, which is probably why you get so many of your goals accomplished. Okay. So check it out. So basically, as opposed to someone going, I just want to meet a nice single man. And then they meet a single guy, but he doesn't happen to be straight. Right. He doesn't happen to be heterosexual. You're nipping it in the bud and going, straight and single right off the bat. So maybe you just have those two grouped together by habit.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Although I do love to meet not straight single guys. I mean, actually,
they make great wingmen.
My gay boyfriend Randy. He and I do yoga together, and but he's also not single. He's married. Yeah. So, you know what? Are you just trying to get me in trouble over here, Dr. Furr?
No, not at all. I just, I'm on the light rail. In fact, my stop's approaching here. I'm going to have to bail very quickly here. Okay. But I just, considering the topics, the nature of the topics that you cover on the show and the relationships, I heard that fly by. I said, wait a minute, rewind. I think this is worth exploring.
Oh, my God. So somebody's listening except for my mother with
hey, I'm here.
Oh, my gosh. And Rich is here. Rich Strong. Nice. Bring it. Excellent. All the gangs here.
Get your mom down there like you talked about.
Yeah.
What a party.
Exactly. Well, and Heather was talking about breakdancing earlier.
That's right.
Yeah. You know what? And if I was... and actually, oh my God, 3 of the people in this studio don't drink, so we'll just have to go get a keg and turn Heather upside down.
No, I'm kidding.
No, I know. Yeah, Rich said he might start.
And if this goes any further, we're really going to have to get that webcam working.
Right. By the videotape. And yeah, I think that we could actually do for profit. Go catch your bus.
Bye.
Thanks.
Yeah, next stop.
Bye, Dr. Furr. Wow, he is still on the freaking bus.
Really?
I mean, I don't really know what time he left, though. Hey, by the way, this is Rich.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Rich. Heather.
He is awesome.
Yeah, I just kind of wandered in off the street, you know.
Well, I figured.
I do that
He's
once in
kind
a
of
while.
homeless.
Stranger.
Hey, are you straight or are you single? Actually, you're just straight. You're not single.
I'm married.
You're married.
I'm married, and my wife is currently in Columbus, Ohio.
Right. What is she? What in the hell is she doing in Columbus?
What does anybody do in Columbus?
I have no idea.
Not having fun, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I told her to go see a Blue Jackets game. Whoop-de-flippin'-doo.
What is a Blue Jacket?
What are Blue Jackets?
Hockey, NHL,
okay.
the worst team in the league,
Oh.
traditionally.
There's a really terrible dive bar in Columbus called Bernie's Distillery.
And you would know this how?
Because I've played there on tour a
No
few times.
kidding.
Yeah, it's
stage behind chicken wire and all that.
no, not that bad, but it does. I think that every urinal in the city of Columbus just rolls down into Bernie's Distillery because that's what it smells like.
You
It
play
smells
rawhide
like
all night long.
all night long.
Yeah, right.
All night long.
We got half a pack of cigarettes and
quarter tank of gas, and it's dark when we're wearing
sunglasses.
Oh, boo.
Let's do it.
Did you hear Dr. Furr just called?
Yes.
Yeah. Were you encouraging that?
No.
Okay, good.
I had no idea what he was doing.
Yeah.
Me, I'm about to go get my train.
Hey, okay, cool. Thanks
In a
for
bit.
doing everything tonight.
Sure.
You are so awesome. When do we think that'll be up and going? Or we are not even going to try to get that up and going until we get the new automation?
Well, but you can also capture it from you're on YouTube right now, right?
Yeah, but something happened.
Want me to fix that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
I fix everything. I should have
He
been
does
an
fix everything.
I should have been an OB-GYN. You know?
Right? Right? Dude, I should introduce you to some of the dudes I went out with. Hey, Mom, just for your information, Rachel said, gotta love Grammy. So that's so sweet. And I was telling you guys what my friend Raj was saying. Hold on.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. Goal-oriented. I'm working on learning a language, 100 push-ups, and going vegetarian. Jesus, Raj.
What?
Like, no, that's too much, and you're going to find out why that's too much.
Is he? Ask him if he's listening. Is he? Raj, are you using the 100 Push-Ups app, the iPhone app? By any chance?
Yeah, he'll have to
text back.
Hey, Raj,
tell us
or
we're using that.
hey, Raj, we're legit around here. You can actually call us at 303-352-2474. That would be
In
great.
the future,
right? And
2015.
he said, "Sorry, I couldn't think of anything to call the hotline with. Glad I'm not a smoker. Geez, 2.5 packs a day, dude. That's what he said about me. Okay, how much do you smoke, Rich?
Too much.
No, but I mean, really, do you know how many? I used to go buy cartons.
Let's put it this way. I was actually, real life here on the radio. I was actually in kind of a message war with my doctor at Kaiser Permanente tonight because all of a sudden when lecturing in a class this afternoon, I kind of went, whoa, grabbed onto the wall.
Oh, wow.
Now, I'm fine. It's just that my heart is taking off too fast.
Okay.
And I said, she wants me to write her with symptoms. So I wrote her, yeah, I got kind of bit. And she said, okay, go in for blood tests. Make sure you don't have a pheochromocytoma, which is a tumor on your adrenal gland.
Okay.
And then we can look at beta blockers. And I thought, beta blockers at my age, just because I smoke, it's time to quit.
Yeah.
Right.
This is all temporary, mind you. The reason I don't mind talking about it is we have found the damage with me is far from permanent.
Oh, good.
So if I quit soon, I'm fine.
Right.
If I don't, I'm
effed.
Don't hit the delay button there, Ronnebaum. I'm fine.
Well, he doesn't hit it fast enough anyway.
By the way, it's not. You don't have to wait 5 minutes to curse again. It's 5 seconds.
Oh,
I heard you say that.
Oh, I thought it was 5 minutes.
No. The delay recycles in about 5 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. It's good for me anyway.
So if you get multiple F-bombs going, I mean, like the guy who called into the Howard Stern show or something like that, then you're hosed.
Okay.
But if you get only one F-bomb every 5 seconds, you should be fine.
Well, did you hear what Aaron had to say to Mike about quitting smoking?
No.
Okay, listen to this.
Okay,
Repeat.
so it's pretty easy. I'm going to give you a task, and you have to agree to it before I can give it to you.
All right.
Okay, so here's your task.
And by the way, we're going to do a science experiment.
Yeah, we're gonna check up on your progress.
So next week you have to.
I have a yeast infection. You put me in the oven and I rise.
So go get yourself a small notebook, like one of those little mini comp books that you can get at like Walgreens or King Soopers or something like that. Keep it in your pocket, and you can smoke all you want, but here's the catch. Mm-hmm. Anytime that you want to smoke, you have to write down what you see, what you hear, what you feel, everything that's going on in your head, any thoughts that you're having, any feelings that you're having, what triggers set it off. Just basically you have to do a journal entry.
By the time I'm done with that, I'm not going to have time for a cigarette.
Oh, you don't say.
Right.
That would be awful.
See? I'm trying.
Yeah.
No, but really.
That's nicotine lozenges.
No.
I am working on it.
It really works. Awareness in and of itself is transformative. And just the simple act of paying attention to how you do the process of smoking.
Dude, don't fuck my show up.
That's right.
Seriously.
Don't do it.
Hit the button, Ronnebaum.
1,000. 2 1,000.
No, I'm serious. If you don't write this week, it'll mess up my whole show, and then I might get an F.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on you.
You got to do it every single time in order for it to work.
Come on, try it.
Just do it. It's only a week.
Come on, Rich.
Mike's doing it. Mike, who's hitting the
Mike's
buttons, doing it.
Mike, I think by now, the way this show has gone, is on the crack pipe. But that's kidding.
Oh, we love Mikey. By the way, you're listening to WCAS Auraria and KMET Radio at mymetmedia.com Auraria, right? That's what we're doing. You know what? I'm going to go to another break, and we're going to come back into some more scintillating and titillating conversation here on Social Penetration, where entertainment meets enlightenment.
These days, many Americans are at risk of foreclosure and losing their homes. Over 1 million Americans at risk of foreclosure have been helped by Making Home Affordable. Visit makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 1-888-995-HOPE to learn what your options are. If you're struggling to keep your home, there is help. That's makinghomeaffordable.gov or call 1-888-995-HOPE to learn what your options are. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the U.S. Department of the Treasury, and by WCAS Radio. WCAS cares when it counts.
Saving money today is like giving a gift to your future self. A little money from each paycheck can go a long way, and you'll need those savings set aside to do cool stuff in the future. Yeah, it's hard, but you know it's the right thing to do. Take control of your finances and make savings a part of your life. Put away a few bucks. Feel like $1 million. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org or visit Feed the Pig on Facebook. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, the Ad Council, and WCAS Radio.
Broadcasting from a universe filled with hot chicks.
I mean, who doesn't like hot chicks? Am I right?
Sure, I like hot chicks. WCAS Radio, your home for music, talk, and hot chicks.
And you're listening to Social Penetration, where entertainment meets enlightenment. It's on WCAS Radio, Central 108, happening right now.
Oh my God, how lucky are we, though, to have like my advisors come into the studio and not flunk me immediately for having a show named Social Penetration.
Because you have a fun show.
That's right.
I do have a fun show.
Yeah.
Isn't it great?
Show.
Thank you for saying that. Hey, you know what? I'm going to play a couple of clips because I think that they are going to perfectly go into what you'll be talking about.
Cool.
And here's the thing. I don't know that for sure. I just think that they will. But things always work my way. So let's give this a shot. Dr. Travis Heath is here on campus, and he is actually one of my favorite instructors. He's a PhD over in the psychology department. He teaches positive psych and abnormal psychology and stuff, but he's also freaking hilarious. I'm not sure that this necessarily interview, well, it was hilarious, but I'm not sure I have those pieces, but it's definitely informative. And here we go.
Yeah, so the first is being ready to change. A lot of people, like especially with these New Year's resolutions, they just make them like all of a sudden I'm going to go work out. Well, but they don't have running shoes, or they don't have a membership to a gym, or they make this resolution, but they don't prepare ahead of time, right? The other thing is assessing barriers to change at the start. Often people are sort of perfectionistic and therefore give up very early. So if you can ask yourself, all right, what are some ways in which I might experience mini failures, or mini, not M-A-N-Y, but mini, M-I-N-I, right? Little teeny failures, so that when I experience them, I see this as just a part of the process, right? I don't say, oh, the whole thing's screwed, right? And so, you know, in the addiction literature, they talked about expecting relapse. Obviously, hopefully people aren't doing things where they're relapsing for New Year's resolutions, but, you know, it goes along with that is that you have to expect that this isn't going to go smoothly. And so one mistake people make is they're not consistently evaluating their plan, right? So it's like this, I've made my resolution and this is what I shall do. And if it fails, well, shoot, it failed. No, okay, so this isn't working, so let me adjust this as I go, right? And I think that often people fail to do that.
Got anything to say about that, Mr. Smarty Pants?
No, that was perfect.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it was great.
No, you guys would love the crap out of each other, I think.
He's great.
Yeah.
No, that's and that's from you said he teaches positive psych.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, honestly, that's really, that shares parallels with kind of the process of some of the different processes that I use. I personally, I'm not going to give anybody a how-to today. Mm-hmm. What I'm going to say is basically what I do. Okay. So basically what I did is I spent the entire first week of the year just planning. Okay. So it starts out with this process of what is known as the R factor question. You can Google the R factor question. It's a great way of just like opening up your way of thinking to some things, which is what I said earlier before, which is where if we were to sit down a year from now and looking back over the course of that year, what would have to have happened in order for me to be happy with my progress? Mm-hmm. So then I start just brainstorming. I start writing down a list of all the different things that I want to accomplish. And then I prioritize that into somewhere between 6 and 10 major areas of my life. Okay. So I have one of these developed. It's called a life wheel. And basically what you do is you take these different areas and you develop it into a pie chart, essentially, an even pie chart.
I've seen that.
And you...
when I went to coaching school, actually.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's real easy. You create a life wheel, and then you... so let's say the areas are health and fitness, relationships, travel, business, whatever they are for you.
Right.
Then you come up with 1 to 2 projects for each area.
Right.
And you start to get really specific. Another.
Okay, so give me an example of. Okay, so give me an example, and then give me the thing that's the project, and then the specificity.
Okay. So let's say, what's one that I'm working on right now? Okay. So one project that I'm working on, one area of my life wheel is getting a divorce.
Okay.
Okay. I separated from my wife about 3 years ago, and we just never got divorced, and I've never gotten around to it, and it's just kind of something I want to get some closure on, right? Yeah. So then what I do is I create some projects under that area that are going to be imperatives towards making this outcome, this goal come to pass.
Okay.
And I figure out a couple of things that I'm going to need to do to get it done. For example, contacting a lawyer and getting in touch with my ex-wife to get her the paperwork, okay. or setting a goal to do a consultation. The next thing that I think
is really... By the way, I know a lot of attorneys.
You know a lot of attorneys?
I actually do.
Well, I just I contacted Divorce Matters, so I think that'll take care of it. Okay, so, and I'm sure you know this from coaching, your coaching education, is basically we learn about setting what are known as SMART goals. Okay, and SMART is an acronym, SMART.
I don't know if I remember this.
The S stands for specific.
Okay.
And simple. So setting a simple and specific goal. Okay. The M stands for measurable and meaningful to you.
Okay.
Something, and when I say meaningful to you, to clarify what I'm talking about, I mean something, if your family wants you to quit smoking, or your family, your wife wants you to get another job or something like that, that's not meaningful to you. It's got to be something that you're doing for yourself and not for someone else. A is as if now, something that's achievable, and it's setting goals in all areas of your life.
Okay.
Trying to create some sort of balance in your life.
Give an example for that, though.
Okay, so that just speaks to goals in general. Okay, all areas of life, meaning set goals for your spiritual life, set goals for your relationship and family life, set goals for your health and fitness life, set goals for your career life. Otherwise, you end up putting all of your energy and all your psychic attention onto one area of life, and you get out of balance. if you ever met someone who money is the most important thing to them, they tend to kind of be kind of unhappy sort of people because they don't put energy into any of these other areas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually have a friend that, pretty much that's all he cares about. And he seems pretty miserable.
Yeah, it's rough. R is realistic and then also responsible and ecological, thinking in terms of all life systems, of the people that are around you, of, the ecology of the planet and society at large.
Nice.
And then the T is timed and toward what you want as opposed to away from what you don't want.
Okay.
So then what I will do is I will create a SMART goal in this area. All right. And what I do is I take a 3x5 card and I write down, it is now. And then write in the date that I want to have the goal accomplished by. So it is now July 15th, 2015. You can even get more specific, 8 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Right.
And I, Aaron Howell, have now...
What's your middle name?
Michael.
Aaron Michael Howell.
Aaron Michael Howell. Have now easily and effortlessly achieved this goal to... and then write out what the goal is, as specific as I can make it. And I actually, with clients... I do an entire process of breaking down their goal and really getting specific. The more specific and the more tangible we can make the goal, the more real we can make it, the more in the now we can make it, the more we can boost up the visual aspects of it, the auditory aspects of it, the kinesthetic aspects of it, even the gustatory and olfactory aspects of it. As real as we can make that's we're going to up our odds. We're going to raise that percentage, that 8%. We're going to gradually boost that up through all these different processes. Excellent. Then after that, I will take and do through a process called timeline therapy that I'm trained to administer and guide people through. I will actually take that and place that goal in my future. So it's just kind of turning it over to the mechanics of the unconscious mind. Okay. So there's a whole process that I go through. I oftentimes, if I need to work out a goal, I will run it through what's called the Walt Disney Circle.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Are you familiar with the Walt Disney Circle?
You told us about this, and then we were going to Google it, and then we didn't find it on Google.
You didn't find the Walt Disney Circle?
No, I'm not joking.
It's Robert Dilts.
It sounds ridiculous, but we did not find it.
Robert Dilts modeled a planning process, a goal-setting process, a goal achievement process after the method of Walt Disney. Rumor has it that Walt Disney kept his dreamers on one floor, his realists on another floor, and his critics on another floor. And so basically the way this process works is you go through a goal or a plan or a project, and you only go through it from the dreamer perspective, where everything is possible and it's just brainstorming.
Okay.
Then after you complete that process, then you take it through the realist perspective, which is all figuring out the logistics of it, figuring out everything that all the who, what, why, where, when, and how. After that, you go through the critic process, which is you go at it looking for holes, you go at it looking for errors, you go at it being very critical with a fine-tooth comb and find everything wrong with the plan.
Okay.
Then, taking everything that's wrong with the plan, you form those into questions and go, okay, so let's say, it's we don't have enough money to do X, Y, Z. And you go, okay. So then you go back to the dreamer perspective and you go, how can we generate enough money for X, Y, Z? How can you answer the questions? That way, when you're in the planning phase, what a lot of times what people will do is they'll go, boy, I'd really like to go on a vacation. Well, I don't have enough money. Okay, I give up. This is an entire process to work through it in order to totally flesh it out and answer any concerns and plan it out in a holistic way.
Okay, so if Mike was trying to quit smoking and he said, or no, he wanted his pee-pee to always work. Okay, so Mike wants his pee-pee to always work, and we know that that's not going to happen if he continues to smoke. So he goes back and he says, oh, I got to quit smoking if I still want my junk to work.
Okay, so if I was going to set a goal about smoking, okay, so let's say that the goal is that Mike wants to be smoke-free for 1 year.
Okay.
Okay, so then he would pick a quit date, and he would say, it is now whatever the date is, a year from the quit date. And Mike...
March 15th, 2015.
March 15th, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And so then March 15th, 2016 would be a year later.
Mm-hmm.
So Mike, have now easily and effortlessly achieved the following, or this goal, to remain smoke-free for a period of 1 year, and then break down the entire process by which he would do it.
I think that Mike
that's probably Mike calling right now.
Probably Mike calling right now. Let's see. Hey, Mike. Is that you?
Hey.
We're talking about you.
Oh, I know. No, I'm so excited for this.
You are?
Know? Heck yeah.
No.
Mike, if you want, I will take you through an entire process on getting this worked out. It's just, for the sake of time, I can't really go through the entire process, but there's a whole way to flesh this thing out if you really want to increase your odds beyond, just doing the exercise, the task that I assigned you. I'd be more than happy to go over it with you.
Nice. Plus,
I'm so down. Count me in.
Plus, you guys are both cool. That's like,
We're a couple groovy cats.
You guys are
pretty cool.
You guys are pretty groovy cats. Oh my God, can you believe this? It is time for a freaking break again. We're going to go take a break.
Awesome.
And but you know what, everybody that's listening, you are listening to WCAS Auraria and KMET Radio at mymetmedia.com Auraria. Holy cow. We're ready for our next break and we'll be right back.
It takes 12 years to create a graduate. It takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference could be you. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor. Because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Take the pledge at unitedway.org and make a difference in the life of a child. A public service message brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council. WCAS cares when it counts.
Sick of school already? Don't worry, we'll keep you rocking.
They rock out.
You guys rock.
Play my kind of music.
Yeah.
On WCAS Radio.
And you're listening to Social Penetration, where entertainment meets enlightenment. It's on WCAS Radio, Central 108, happening right now.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
I know.
Called out.
I was called out, Ryan Fox. Oh my God.
The friend that she said was miserable just sent her a text. He's listening. Oh, you got caught in the act. You're such a dick.
No, and I didn't even say anything about it, but I adore Ryan, so he knows that he can call me out on stuff like that because he knows that I love the crap out of him. Yep, but no, and you're amazing too, buddy. Love your guts. I love your stinky guts. Hey, you know what? I'm going to play. I think that you're going to find this, again, incredibly titillating, so I'm gonna let it rip. Okay, shall we?
All right.
Self-talk, which we all do. So that I don't know this theoretical person, hypothetical person we're talking about.
I don't either.
But I know folks like them.
Yeah.
Ms. Hypothetical. And often their talk is so negative. Oh, I didn't go work out. I'm a piece of crap. I'll never amount to anything. I'll just keep gaining weight. And if you really analyze their thoughts, I mean, it would be like this avalanche of negativity, as opposed to having a more rational thought, as Albert Ellis might say, right? Like, okay, you know, I didn't work out today. This is a new thing. This is hard for me to do. You know, tomorrow I'm going to adjust this to something that fits me better, right? Like just more realistic self-talk. But people that don't follow through tend to be perfectionists, tend to be very hard on themselves. So then what does that look like? Well, identify your resources. So when you didn't go work out one day, okay, the next day, what are the reasons or the capabilities that I have that are going to lead me to be successful in working out tomorrow? And that's a different way of thinking, because often we go to, here's the reasons why I'm a piece of crap and I didn't do it today, instead of, here are the things that I do possess that will help me do it tomorrow.
So, got any insight there, homie?
Yeah, another way to phrase that would be, there is only feedback, or there is no failure, only feedback.
Right on.
One thing that I learned that I really like a lot is every day take some kind of action towards your goal. which no matter how pathetic it may seem, no matter
like this for mine.
Yeah, no matter how doomed, no matter how doomed to mistakes it may seem, just do it. Every day, do something. Take a step, move towards it. The law of attraction ought to be called the law of action.
Okay.
There seems to be this idea where people go, well, I wrote it in my dream journal and put it on my vision board, and I prayed for it or I meditated on it, and then they just sit in the corner and they get bummed when giant sacks of gold don't fall in their lap.
Right.
But this isn't magic. Setting goals isn't magic. When you get really specific, what you're doing is you are calibrating your attention with volition. Okay, so basically, if we can only process 134 bits per second of information, which is then chunked down to 7 plus or minus 2 chunks of information. Okay? So, like, I think we did it before where most people can only name around 7 items in a certain product category, like cigarettes. If I were to ask you to name as many brands of cigarettes as you could.
Marlboro, Camel, Parliament, Newport. Those really skinny ones.
See, at a certain point, the buffer is going to run out, and you're going to have to take some time to really think about it. So generally, you don't notice every whirl in the wallpaper. You don't notice every single stitch in the carpet. You're going to delete, distort, and generalize the information around you. In setting up your brain so that you're looking for specific things, you are consciously and with volition deciding what you are going to notice. You're going to notice other resources. You're actually going to create new resources in your brain. You're going to create new abilities. Another thing that's really interesting is when you devote your consciousness to something, your brain automatically starts allocating real estate towards that.
Agreed.
If you decide to set out that you're going to learn the guitar, for example, then all of a sudden your brain is going to start allocating resources and allocating neurological connections to help you develop the resources to make that happen.
Right.
Basically, the more that you act on a goal, the more that goal comes to be, the more that goal fleshes out.
Yeah, and I think that we can all see that. Actually, something that sort of goes in line like that, like, when you learn a new word and how it starts to turn up everywhere.
Starts to show
in your
up everywhere.
life.
Absolutely.
That's
or you decide, recently I decided, I was like, I'm going to jump on the Colorado bandwagon and I want to get, a Subaru Outback. So I started to get really specific about the kind of car that I wanted.
Did you become a lesbian?
I actually did. I've been one all my life.
Dude.
Yeah. Speaking of, I'm really liking those leather galoshes you got on. Those are pretty rad.
You like those?
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Anyway, so then as soon as I did that, all of a sudden I started noticing every single Subaru Outback, that was the color that I wanted and that was the model that I wanted, started paying attention to different prices, started becoming more concerned about doing what I needed to do to get the money put aside to make that happen.
That's so funny that you say that because I feel the same way about the Tesla.
Right on.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do.
I really do like the idea of like vibrating at a certain frequency and all these things will just come to you. But the truth is that from a realistic standpoint, it's all it is programming your brain.
Well, and the universe is not a big jackpot in the sky. I mean, that's what those people are looking for is something. And not only that, but the fact of the matter is, when you go, oh my God, I want to win the lotto. Those people don't believe truly in their mind, that they're going to win the lotto. They don't.
Well, and there's 8.6 billion people on the planet. If everybody sat there and put it in their timeline that they were going to win the lottery, I'd be interested. I'd be curious to see what percentage of people actually won the lottery.
The funny part about that is that I really believe that I will never win the lottery because the universe made me too smart. You know what I mean? Like I have to be kind of dumber to win the lottery.
Well, when people go, I think the universe is trying to tell me something. It's like, really? Do you know how big the universe is? You know how huge it is? Do you know how brief your existence, let alone, you know how brief human existence in general is in the grand scheme of things at the universe? It's like, get over yourself. Just go out, live the life that you got, have some fun, love a lot, learn a lot, live a lot, and take responsibility for achieving your goals rather than thinking that some magical higher power is just going to deliver it on your doorstep.
Yep. No, I totally agree. Got any input on that, homie?
No, I absolutely agree with them. I mean,
yeah.
I think that you have to, I think you have to set your goals and work hard towards them. And, I
don't like the word work hard. I think you need to work toward them, but you know what I mean? Like, look at this thing. I mean, I work pretty, I work a lot for the show because I love the show, but it would be hard if I hated it. I love coming in here.
Yeah.
It's my favorite part of my week.
What's that old saying?
Except for when somebody tells me that I have lesbian boots on. You want to borrow them?
Kind of, yeah.
For your new Subaru,
right?
Actually,
for your Subaru.
No, I take that back. Those are Han Solo boots,
right?
Those look like you should be fighting the Empire. Right now.
Like I said, I am a gay dude, and actually, my gay boyfriend Randy taught me how to give blowies. So. Hold on. He didn't teach me. He taught me how to give really good ones. I mean, I don't practice on.
So it's like that old. It's that old saying. If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Nope. Agree.
It's
right. Who said that? Do you know if Tommy Lasorda said that?
Tommy Lasorda said that, and it's also it's that Mihai Csikszentmihalyi thing where he talks about flow. That peak experience of
this dude here, king of flow.
Yeah. King of flow.
He is the best at. That's one of the things we talk about in Positive Psych is Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Yeah, that guy. You know what? I'm going to play him again just because it just seems like it's time. Again, His name's Dr. Travis Heath. Here we go.
Or sometimes this is called the trans-theoretical model of change. And so you start with pre-contemplation. So in pre-contemplation, this is where people are not aware there's a problem, right? So if you told your significant other or your friend or whatever that they have high cholesterol and they really need to work out or they need to lose a few pounds, they'd be like, oh no, I'm fine, right? I have strong legs and that's why my weight. They'd rationalize. There's this sort of denial.
I'm big bone.
Yeah, big bone, right? Contemplation is the second stage, and this is when people start to acknowledge that there is a problem, but they're still kind of waffling about change. Hence contemplation. They're thinking about it. And they're like, yeah, I know this is a problem, but I don't really know if I want to do anything. The third stage is preparation, sometimes called determination. And this is, like it sounds, where they actually start to mobilize. They start getting ready to do something. We talked about this earlier, right? Like, you don't just jump into change. You prepare yourself. Sort of like when you're going to sleep at night. You don't transition from doing a million things, being at work, and put your head on the pillow, and boom, you're asleep. There's like this 30 to 60 to 90 minute process of winding down. Well, change is sort of the same way, I guess, in that sense we're winding up, right? We have to prepare ourselves. The fourth stage, action or willpower, this is where you actually start engaging in the change, right? Changing the behavior. And then the fifth stage is maintenance, so maintaining the behavior change, which, we see the problems that people have even after one day sometimes of doing this with New Year's resolution. And then 6 is relapse, which we used that word earlier. If you don't like that word, then, you can use the word or the phrase mini failures, whatever you want to say, not completely meeting your goal. But here's the key with all of this. When you have stage 6 or this relapse, instead of seeing that as an absolute failure, you can go back to stages 3 and 4. You can go back to preparation and determination, right? And you go, okay, what are the things I need to do this well tomorrow, right? And you prepare yourself again. And then you continue on with the action. Most people don't do that, though. They get to maintenance, and if it fails, they just give up. And I think some of this is, an important point, some of it is we're not taught to fail well in our culture. We're taught to never fail. Failure is bad, right? Instead of failure is expected. Like all the great thinkers from Einstein to like Mark Cuban in the current era, they all have these great quotes about how much they failed, Michael Jordan, and how failure is important. And like we hear that, but we don't, but like we hear that and we go, that's neat sentiment, but we don't actually actualize it and practice it, right? I think people that can adhere to these resolutions are people that can really practice that and notice like, oh wow, today, I didn't do what I wanted to do today. How do I change that tomorrow instead of giving up? We're like phobic of failure.
Right?
I am in love with this man.
I love that. Yeah.
I am in love with this man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We'll have him in here one night. I think, he's also a therapist. So I think a lot of times he has a client on Wednesday nights. But I will let him know. I'll have him listen to the show. As a matter of fact, he is on the show technically.
I'm going back to college just to take classes with him.
No, actually, I do. He's your age.
Is he really?
Yeah, and he has his doctorate.
Wow.
Yeah, he's great. He really is an insightful dude. He has dreadlocks. I love the crap out of the kid. He's awesome.
Very
out
cool.
of the kid.
Out of the kid.
No. I mean, clearly he's more insightful than I am. But yeah. So.
I really like what he said about how culturally we're phobic of failure, and it's totally true. There's fear of making mistakes when in actuality the best thing you can do is go out and fail miserably and fail often, fail as much as you possibly can, because the ship is going to right itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Although my
well
friend,
said.
one of my buddies who owns some large dispensaries here, that dude never seems to fail. Everything that he does just seems to, like, financially
Not that
or
you can
whatever.
see.
Yeah, no, that's probably true.
Not that you can
but,
see.
Here's another thing, too. When we were at camp, I remember, that they were talking, this one guy who was a douchebag would sit there and tell the kids, without fear, there's no courage. And I'm like, okay, these little shits are 12. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, they don't even get what that means. I'm like, dude, I know you're scared. Just do it anyway.
Well, no, I like that. Without fear, there is no courage. It's just like without black, there is no white.
I get it, but they're 12. They're looking at him like, dude, I got leukemia. Like, throw me a bone.
Right. Well, I don't. What's the problem with that, though?
No, it's just not. It's not quite on. Plus maybe it was the deliverer. Maybe if it would have been you.
Maybe you just didn't like him.
I didn't really.
Yeah.
I didn't. Did you?
You're just like, everything that comes out of your dick face. I'm just.
That's true.
Right. And if it would have been you, honestly, like, who's more playful and I mean, this guy was just kind of a tool and like to talk to the 12-year-olds. You know what I mean?
Because when you said it, I was like, that sounds great.
I know, because you know why? Because I'm a charming mofo.
Yeah, you are charming.
I am pretty charming. Okay, because you know what? You're listening to WCAS KMET. We're both at Auraria, and we are simulcasting tonight. Can you believe that we're ready for another break?
Holy cow.
Okay,
break time.
Who knew?
Did you know that nearly 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 people. They're around us every day. They're our friends. They're our co-workers. Their kids go to school with our kids. Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you'd think, but so is the solution. Visit feedingamerica.org today and find your local food bank for ways to help. Every dollar you donate helps provide 8 meals for those around you struggling with hunger. Together, we're Feeding America. A public service announcement from Feeding America and WCAS Radio.
Monsters. They could be living under the bed or in the bathtub, on the dresser, even on the kitchen counter. For a child with asthma, it can seem like monsters are everywhere. The fact is, their next asthma attack could be triggered by something as innocent as a teddy bear, or a dripping faucet, even the toys in your bathtub. And it's up to you to make their monsters go away. Fortunately, there are simple ways you can help. From putting stuffed animals in the freezer for a few hours to kill dust mites, to drying bath toys and turning on the bathroom fan to prevent mold. Keeping pets out of the bedroom to reduce dander, and wiping up food crumbs that can attract pests. They're easy to do, and they're part of a complete plan that can help put an end to your child's asthma attacks. Learn more at noattacks.org or call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS. Because their next breath is in your hands. Brought to you by the EPA and the Ad Council.
Kids witnessing bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. There are safe, simple ways your child can help stop bullying. Teach your kids the 5 bystander tips. 1. Tell a trusted adult, like a family member, teacher, or coach. 2. Help the one being bullied get away. 3. Be a friend to the person being bullied. 4. Set a good example. Don't bully others. 5. Don't give a bully in the audience. Visit stopbullying.gov to learn more safe, simple ways your child can be more than a bystander. Message from the Ad Council and from WCAS Radio.
That
That's just wrong.
Yeah, we're looking for some new music. Over.
WCAS Radio.
And you're listening to Social Penetration, where entertainment meets enlightenment. And it's on WCAS Radio, Central 108, happening right now.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Oh, my gosh. Here we are. Aaron, where are you playing tonight?
At Three Kings.
Right on.
I'm doing that's why I've got this suit on.
I was going to say, you keep looking at her boots. Do you want to borrow them for tonight?
I kind of do. We're doing...
Well, what size shoes do you wear, though?
Those are too small.
I know, I wear size 5.5.
I have small feet, but those are too small. And by the way, the foot connection rumor myth is totally untrue. I just admitted on air that I have small feet. So, we're doing this. There's a group of musicians here in town that I'm friends with, and once in a while we do a tribute to the band Faith No More, which is one of my favorite bands of all time. And the band is called Fool for a Day, and we're doing about 45 minutes of just classic Faith No More material.
Nice.
In honor of the fact that Faith No More is working on a new album, and they're going on tour again, and they went on a hiatus, I think, for 17 years, and then started playing again. So I'm excited about that.
You mastered this week, or the last few weeks, right? Didn't you tell me that's what you were doing?
Mastered is a strong word.
I like it.
I feel comfortable in my ability to execute these songs, but also I feel I have a lot of work to do and a lot of room to grow, and the show's tonight, so that will keep me from getting cocky.
Huh.
So I don't feel cocky, but I feel confident.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. I don't know. Cocky can be good. I can feel kind of cocky about stuff.
Yeah.
I know that's stunning to everyone that's listening who just threw up in their mouth a little bit.
I have a friend who was often accused of being conceited and cocky, and he would just go, no, not conceited, certain. Absolutely certain.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's kind of like my buddy that I was talking about earlier. God bless him. I would say, certain. I can see that. Let's see. So you're going to help out Mike. Mike's going to follow this. I'm going to help out Mike.
He's going to do his task, and then he and I. You know what? Maybe what we could do next week is I could take him through the keys to an achievable outcome, and we could really flesh out a goal for him.
Let's do it on a podcast, because next week we're having a sex toy party, and it's all about relationships and romance.
All right, let's do it on a podcast.
Okay, let's do it on a podcast, because really we can devote focus on Mike on that. So
I would love to.
And actually, Mike, that's so great for you, because that bangs out like another 2 hours for your internship. Mike and I are working together. Yeah. We ran into each other. I was doing Social Penetration. He does Mike on the mic in the mornings. And he was like, do you want to partner up? I'm like, sure I do, buddy. So we met him tonight. He's over there.
He's a very nice guy.
He is. Mike is so sweet. You could pour him over pancakes. Let's see. Okay, so should we go to I'm going to go to one of my other things that I was reading earlier about. Hold on. Sorry, you guys keep talking while I'm looking this up. It makes me seem like I have my act together. Okay, so I brought in some more data or whatever. Hold on, trans-theoretical model of change. I'm going to look this up.
I love that. Trans-theoretical model of change.
Okay, so it's the Prochaska model that Dr. Heath was talking about. And let's see. Okay. Dun, da, da, da. Sorry, this is bad radio. Okay, so the trans-theoretical model uses the stages of change to integrate the most powerful principles and processes of change from leading theories of counseling and behavior change. It's based on principles developed from over 35 years of scientific research, intervention development, and scores of empirical studies. Applies the research results of research funded by over $80 million worth of grants and conducted with over 150 research participants, and is currently in use by professionals around the world. So basically it talks about, what Dr. Heath was talking about, the stages of change. So pre-contemplation, so you're not ready. And I don't know. I felt like Mike was in the contemplation stage. So the contemplation stage is getting ready.
That seems about right to me.
Okay.
If I were to put him on,
if I were about to pigeonhole him,
he's getting ready, and I think maybe following our conversation tonight, he might have begun to move into the preparation phase.
Agreed. Because, so contemplation is a stage in which people intend to change in the next 6 months. And that seems like he was
So he's in the preparation phase then, because he's going to be taking action right now. Right, Mike? Right now.
No, that's true. Preparation is a stage in which, and it's not just H, it's the stage in which people intend to take action in the immediate future, usually measured as the next month. So it does sound like Michael is in the preparation stage. Excellent.
Very cool.
And then action. Okay, so, hopefully he's taking action right now. He's probably on a smoke break over the Tivoli.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? He's like,
he's like, where's my journal?
His cigarettes are talking to him going, come on, nobody knows you like I know you, baby.
Screw that journal.
Action is a stage in which people have made specific overt modifications in their lifestyle within the past 6 months. So if Mike, you know what I mean, had quit smoking, or I guess I'm in the action phase of not drinking.
Sure.
Okay. And maintenance is a stage in which people have made specific overt modifications in their lifestyle and are working to prevent relapse, which is sort of loosely termed because this doesn't always have to do with like alcohol or whatever. However, they do not apply change processes and as frequently as people do in action. So while in the maintenance stage, people are less tempted to relapse and grow increasingly more confident that they can continue their changes. So,
it starts to assimilate into their identity.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of research lately into life scripts.
Okay.
And how it relates to transactional analysis. And, a lot of people, we choose a script for ourselves, and it can be a tragic script or a banal script. And I think that maintenance stage is where the script starts to change, and we have assimilated the new identity into our everyday life, and we are no longer identified with it. I used to not be able to imagine what it would be like not to drink.
No, me neither.
Yeah, and I don't identify as an alcoholic or addict either, for the record.
I don't either.
It was just the type of thing where it was all part of my lifestyle, and it was part of who I was. And in doing the work in changing how that fit into my personal identity, who I thought I was.
Right.
Like now, my identity is that of a guy who doesn't drink.
Right. And I feel the same way. Like that I used to not be able to think about, how would you go out for a steak and not have a drink? How would you go to Europe and not drink? How would you, so many things. And not only that, but it's like, what would people even know how to deal with me? Like, you don't drink? Which, is sort of shocking for people a lot of times. But, that was just not something that was a part of my
It doesn't end up being as big of a deal as we imagine it.
It's so true. By the way, after 12 months of continuous abstinence, 43% of individuals returned to regular smoking, according to the Surgeon General's longitudinal study in 1990.
After 12 months?
After 12 months.
Wow.
But it was not until 5 years of continued abstinence that the risk for relapse dropped to 7%.
That's interesting.
That's
it's probably because the gung-ho-ness wears off.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
It's really easy to be excited about I made it a year. I got to push through and make it that year. In AA meetings, you'll hear people talking about, I white-knuckled it through that first year and it was really tough. And then sure enough, as soon as a year passed, I went back out. It's because the excitement of it and the challenge of it wears off, and then it's just getting up every day and just continuing to do it, and it doesn't have as much power to it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have as much drama or sensationalism to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the final one is termination, which Dr. Heath did not talk about, but it's a stage in which individuals just aren't even tempted anymore. And they have 100% self-efficacy, which I was in a class last night called Cravings and Addictions.
Consistent condom use?
I know, I saw that too. It's like in other areas like exercise, consistent condom use, and weight control, the realistic goal may be a lifetime of maintenance.
Like that's something that, man, That just shows how miserable using condoms is. Because it's like, oh, I got to lose weight. I got to stop smoking. I got to stop drinking. I got to do all these things that are hard. And while I'm at it, I might as well
put on a rubber.
Start using condoms.
Every day.
Yeah.
Even when it's just me.
Yeah. I just keep mine on all the time, just in case.
You had it special made.
When I was a kid, I thought that's what you were supposed to do. The first time I wore a condom, I was in the 5th grade.
Wow.
I was in the 5th grade, and some kid gave me a condom, and he's like, "Here you go, man, just in case." And I'm like, "Okay." So I unrolled it completely, and I wore it, and I just kept it on all the time.
Did it work?
Well, I didn't get anybody pregnant, so I would say my results speak for themselves.
100%
Thank you. Yeah.
Efficacy. Oh, my God. Okay, so check this out, though. In a study of former smokers and alcoholics, researchers found that less than 20% of each group had reached the criteria of zero temptation and total self-efficacy. That's pretty crazy, 20%. Nice. I mean,
that's good.
It is good, but and I discovered this last night. So I'm in this class, Cravings and Addictions, and our instructor was saying that she quit smoking 9 years ago, but still not, and she smoked for 9 years before that, and she still has cravings for cigarettes. And I was just sort of like, oh, wow. Because I quit,
that is the longest.
I smoked like 15 years, and I think I quit like 12 years ago or whatever. And yeah, I don't care anymore. So yeah.
I mean, it depends on the context. You know, there's anchors to certain neurological pathways. Like, I don't think about smoking all the time, but if I was hanging out with a bunch of people who were all like, "Hey, let's go have a cigarette. Let's go outside and smoke." There's a part of me that wants to light up. There's a part of me that, is just like, man, that looks cool. That looks, I want to take. It's been a long time since I took a trip to Flavor Country.
Not only that, I'm the lead singer of like a gajillion bands. I'm not cool enough. I think I'll go smoke cigarettes.
Hey, one thing you'll find about rock stars across the board is that many of them don't think that they're cool enough, don't think that they're good enough, and that's why they need to get in front of audiences so much.
Boom. Yep. Well, on that cheerful note, we're going to take another break, but you're listening to Social Penetration, where entertainment meets enlightenment. We are here on KMET Radio at mymetmedia.com and WCAS at Auraria.
Kids witness bullying every day. There are safe, simple ways your child can help stop bullying. Tell a trusted adult like a family member, teacher, or coach. Help the one being bullied get away. Be a friend to the person being bullied. Set a good example. Don't bully others. Don't give a bully an audience. Visit stopbullying.gov to learn more safe, simple ways your child can be more than a bystander. A message from the Ad Council and from WCAS Radio.
Did you know that 17 million people will acquire a dog or cat within the next year, but there are still 2.7 million pets losing their lives in shelters? However, the percentage of pets in homes adopted from animal shelters and rescue groups has risen from 27% to 29% in the last 2 years, and encouraging statistics show that euthanasia of shelter pets is down 10% since 2009. By adopting, you can make a difference in the life of a shelter pet. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Shelter Pet Project, and by WCAS Radio.
According to a recent survey, 86% of dads spend more time with their children than their own fathers did with them. However, 7 out of 10 also report that they could use tips on how to be a better parent. Even the smallest moments can have the biggest impact in a child's life. Take the time to be a dad today. For more information, call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and by WCAS Radio.
To Social Penetration, where entertainment meets enlightenment. It's on WCAS Radio, Central 108, happening right now.
Excellent. Wow. I get a little more lax as the evening goes on with having. Oh, I'm sorry, I got stuff on your suit.
I was just brushing the haters off. Actually,
I know I am kind of a hater, aren't I?
No, you can't. You can't see them. They're really small and insignificant. I was brushing the haters off.
Yeah, but I was a hater, but now I'm not a hater. Now that somebody failed miserably.
Go on, brush your shoulders off.
That's so awful. Well, Aaron, thanks for joining us tonight. Is there anything else that you would like to add before you take off to go to super duper rockstar land?
Well, if you happen to be near the Baker neighborhood and you like Faith No More, come by Three Kings tonight. See Fool for a Day play. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also,
check out your Facebook page.
Check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/heavy mental coaching, heavy mental coaching, like your cabeza. And hit me up. I do coaching, I do consulting, and I work with groups, bands and artists and musicians and all that fun stuff. So my business is helping people get what they want. So
nice.
Hit me up. Awesome. Come see me or shoot me an email at heavymentalcoaching@gmail.com.
Dude, I bet your email blows up because you are a charming mofo.
I thought that would happen last time, but no.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? I think, though, that, I think that people that go to coaching to a certain extent, I don't know. I think that they have to, almost develop a one-on-one relationship, and then they're convinced that, you go hang out with you for 2 hours, you see how insightful you are, see how much great information you disseminate, and then they go and say, okay, I'm going to pay you to be a coach.
And that's why my consultations are always 100% free. So shoot me an email, heavymentalcoaching@gmail.com.
Yes, do not coach my mother.
Well,
she's 77.
You can't tell me what to do. She's a grown woman.
Actually, that's so funny. She would say the same thing.
Yeah. All right.
She did.
I'm going to go play.
Okay, buddy.
Awesome.
Have a great night.
I'll see you guys.
Have a great show.
Bye.
Hold on. Rather keep talking.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Aaron.
You know
Thanks
how
for
to get out of
coming.
here?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, cool.
Good to see you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay. And you told me
right.
that you would come whenever I want you to. I'm holding you to that.
Yeah, well.
I'm holding you to that.
I will generally come when anyone wants me to. What?
Right. No, but you said that you would be involved whenever.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
Jeez.
Anytime.
God, that gives my mom hope. Don't you know that? My mom does. It's the craziest thing. My mom gets hope when, some dude talks about something like that. Have a great night, buddy. Have a great show. Yeah, maybe we should go. Maybe we should go to a show later and go get some food.
It's a school night for me, man.
I know.
And a
Maybe we don't have
packing
school
and
tonight.
moving.
Actually, yes, packing and moving is crazy. I know. Speaking of New Year's resolution, no, that's not resolving anything. Actually, it's pretty cool that you're getting a new place. That's exciting.
It is.
New
exciting.
year, new place.
Yeah.
I am hungry.
And I don't have to listen to my Humpty Hump neighbor anymore.
Oh, that's true. Did they ever get their
Although
bed
it's going to be
fixed?
my friends. Yeah, he fixed his bed. Although it's going to be my friends now that I'm going to have to listen to.
Oh, that's kind of creepier when you actually know them and love them.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, it will be a little weird.
Maybe they'll invite you up.
Oh,
hey,
God,
what are you doing?
I hope not.
I know, right? That would be kind of creepy.
I'll be like, excuse me. Aw, I thought I expected more from you.
No,
Come on.
you're knocking on the ceiling and they think you're knocking on the door.
No,
That's so
I have
funny.
a key, man. I'll just go bust in and be like, surprise!
Right on. That's exactly right. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Okay, cool. My buddy is still here on campus, and she said that she's going to stop by. Let's see. I'll let her know that we'll crack the door. I'll crack the door. Okay, so here's some other little.
Hold on. You know, did we? I don't think we ever asked Mike if he had resolutions or what his. Because I don't think that we, when you and I and Aaron went through, if we had resolutions.
He wasn't on yet.
No, he wasn't.
But I really don't have a way of calling. Oh, well, here's the thing. I could call over there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he could pick up.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is listening, so he should call us back.
No, he's not listening. He's baked right now. I think he's done. I think he's baked.
Oh, he is.
I haven't heard from him for a while. Either that or his new girlfriend is over there giving him a...
Hey, Good for him, man.
So in the meantime, we'll talk a little bit more about actually how brain function is involved in goal setting.
Perfect.
Okay. So the prefrontal cortex, it's the part in the front of your brain.
Oh, that's where that's at?
That's exactly right. Prefrontal.
Oh, look. Hey.
Oh, that's Mikey. Hold on. Hold on.
He's probably like, hey, you bitches, I'm not baked.
Hold on. Yeah, I know. Oh, no, hold on. Wait. What happened there? There we go. Nope, hung up already. Jeez, Mike, you gotta stay on for longer there, homie. The prefrontal cortex is the part that is like our higher brain. So, mammals and us, we all have the emotional part of our brain, or like sort of the brain stem that regulates our heart rate and that kind of thing. Then we have like the limbic system that where we end up having things that sort of get stuck there. Like, if your mom didn't give you enough freedom when you're younger, that you sort of like react to that in a weird way when you get older. And especially the prefrontal cortex is involved in impulse control.
Oh, okay.
So when people have addiction and they measure their prefrontal cortex development, there is almost none.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I bet you my whole prefrontal cortex looks like oatmeal.
I don't know.
No, I bet mine's like, I don't have a whole lot of self-control. I really like instant gratification.
I would, you know what though? I would disagree with you, because think about like the whole drinking thing.
Yeah.
It's taking a lot of self-control to say, okay, I'm going to stop drinking.
That's because I make very poor decisions. Very, very, very poor decisions.
But you made a decision to say, okay, it's going to stop now. So there has to be some type of control in there.
I mean, the upside
in that little brain of yours.
In that little tiny wee little brain.
Not that,
no.
Your brain is little,
I totally get what you're saying.
You know what I mean.
But yeah, the prefrontal cortex, the more that you can develop that part of your brain, the more you can help yourself with impulse control, and also goal setting and things like that. But you know what? It's so funny. Did I do another interview with somebody? Yes, I did.
Oh, perfect.
I know. Her name is Lizbeth Peters.
Okay.
And she actually is a practitioner in business called Higher Brain Living.
Awesome.
And what they do is try to, or not just try, they do help people connect with more activity in their prefrontal cortex. But here she is describing a little bit about all of this.
Awesome.
With our lower brain, the reptilian mammalian part of the brain, there is a little bit more of an ability to reason. So when that part of the brain is in charge, then it's going to hardwire in a behavior of staying away from that danger. Even if the danger was no longer there, there's a part of the brain that can hardwire in a behavior due to a reaction or an emotional state that occurs.
Okay, so yeah, the emotional brain is the part of your brain that just is sort of hardwired into things. So I did find out today when I was doing more research, because I thought that we were the only ones with prefrontal cortex, or I'm sure cortices, I suppose, is probably the plural of that.
Yeah,
Happy
maybe.
birthday. Yeah. Is dolphins, monkeys, they have prefrontal cortex development. So that actually makes sense, because those guys are pretty dang smart. So, so the prefrontal cortex is the newest development in the evolution of the brain, like we were saying. And as humans evolved from lower animals, the front part of the neocortex began to blossom. So it reached monkeys and chimps, and now it makes us each unique. So we're all kind of like, I guess, just like, I don't know, boring people. We're all just like people from South Dakota.
Boring.
Without our prefrontal cortex.
I don't think I'm boring. I don't think you're boring. I don't really know a lot of, I mean, I know some people who are pretty boring, but I'm not really friends with them.
Yeah.
I don't really associate with a lot of boring people.
Although, it's funny, because I have had this thing here at school where some of the students have come up to me and they're like, what do you do? Or, you know what I mean? Like and I'm like, I'm really not very exciting. I'm like a 43-year-old white chick that lives in Park Hill. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how that could be that exciting, but yeah.
But I think the definition of exciting is very different from somebody my age to somebody who's like 20, because for me, like going out and getting like super wasted every night, and that's not fun for me.
No.
Because my body is like, danger! What are you doing?
Oh my God. Drunk sleep used to be my favorite sleep. It was the best sleep, but I just don't have that going on anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
so
here's something that Lizbeth Peter has to say about how we sort of get stuck between the prefrontal cortex and the emotional brain. And I'm going to let her rip.
Perfect.
Well, I can tell you a little story. Imagine that there's a caveman that's living in a cave back in prehistoric times. And then he comes out of his cave, and to the right is a food source, an apple tree. And then to the left is swamps and briar patches and no food in sight. Well, he's going to make a very wise decision that day as he comes out of his cave and head to the right towards the apples. Great. Say a mountain lion, a bear, a tiger jumps out from behind a rock, tries to eat him and have him for lunch. He scrambles back to his cave. He barely survives. His stress response has kicked in. Okay. His brain has now hardwired in a pattern of behavior so that he will not go that direction again because he almost died. So the next day he comes out of his cave. He's going to be triggered by seeing that apple tree and the thought of going that direction again. He's not going to make that decision. He's going to go to the left. So say he goes to the left and he spends hours, half a day trying to get to food, has to go through a swamp, gets cut up, briar patches and rocks, and just a really uncomfortable, challenging journey to get to the food. He comes all the way back to his cave and he survives. Okay. So now his brain is hardwiring in that behavior because that is the behavior that he survived. He lived. He got his food and he lived and made it home. So the third day he comes out of his cave, and this is the most important part of this story. He goes to the left, has that same suffering journey to get to the food and come back. He doesn't even think to go to the right, even though there's no longer a tiger there. He doesn't even see that there are other pathways there because his brain is hardwired in this behavior. So he's going to do the same thing because the lower brain sees that as safety and survival. So if you start to think about our own lives and how sameness equals safety in our own lives, we can see that sometimes we will create patterns that aren't really serving us. And it's hard to break away from those patterns no matter how much we would desire to break from those patterns because it's hardwired in our survival mechanism.
So, there she is talking about how, our sort of middle brain gets us all stuck in the middle of all these, you know what I mean? These patterns. I thought that was actually a pretty good analogy, how she was talking about, you go and you get eaten by a tiger one day and then the tiger's no longer there and you go the other way and now you're stuck in the rut. So
yeah, absolutely.
I totally appreciate that. So, anyway, this is what her business does, which I find to be fascinating. Again, it's higher brain living, and this is just a few seconds.
If you look at the prefrontal cortex and energizing the prefrontal cortex and moving, which is what we call the higher brain, and having the higher brain be the dominant force as opposed to the lower brain being the dominant force physiologically in the brain, we have found that when the higher brain is activated and turned on, many things happen. If you look at it through brainwave patterns, which we can do through an EEG, we've studied brainwave patterns on people as they've received sessions, after they've received sessions, as they have reactivated their higher brain state after several sessions, which is what we teach people to do. We teach them how to reactivate that higher brain state. Some really cool things happen. The beta waves. The beta wave in the prefrontal cortex is amplified. Neuroscientists say when that happens, when you see those brain waves looking like that, you have productivity, you have clarity, you have insight, the ability to take action. When the higher brain is energized, the alpha waves are also amplified and intensified. And when that happens, you have endorphins. And when that happens, you have a sense of joy and happiness. So if you combine these states, or if you combine these brain waves, these effects in the brain, then you are getting the ability to see your goals, see the steps that you need to take. You have the motivation to take these steps, and you have that heightened sense of well-being along the journey. So that's going to keep you moving forward.
Hey, okay. So that is actually a great thing to know about the prefrontal cortex development from higher brain living. Here's the thing. I've actually had her treatments before.
Oh, okay.
And it was the most surreal feeling I have ever had in my life. I'm not kidding. This is exactly the way I felt. When I was 16 and I first got a car, and could go, because nobody was watching me, because I could have made a slip and slide into the knife drawer growing up, that no one was watching me. So I would go everywhere. And it was just this feeling of like complete freedom, right? It was, I'm not joking. The treatment was 45 minutes. I walk out like I'm seeing the world in that new way. And I also had that feeling when I first moved here from Omaha, and I had been in the same place for 20 years and seen all the same roads. And so Denver was like so new. The buildings downtown were new, and you know what I mean? Like everything was so surreal, right? And unlimited possibilities. I'm not kidding you. That's exactly how I felt when I walked out of there. And, it's funny. I'm just going to say that my buddy Lindsay is in this office right now. And I actually didn't even expect her to be here today, number one. And number two, she's my buddy that's actually gone to the same practitioner, this higher brain living. And she feels, somewhat similar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll put it down here and you can, she's like, how in the hell did I just stop in for a hug and now I'm on the freaking air? But no, I just think it's ironic that here we are talking about this and here you walk in. I don't think it's an accident.
That's how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we got into it in the first place.
Right? Divine intervention.
Yeah.
So is there like a feeling that you have when you walk out of your sessions that you sort of, you know what I'm saying?
I just feel blissed out. That's
blissed out. Yeah, it's so weird. It's like a breathing exercises or a series of breathing exercises. It really is pretty fascinating stuff. And here's the thing that Lizbeth described to me is like through these breathing exercises, it fires up the beta and the alpha and the theta and the delta of your brainwaves. Okay. So that's something I guess that you want to have happen. I did not know that, but especially the alpha brainwave. So I looked up the research on it just to kind of, figure out like what all these brainwaves and stuff mean. Oh, hold on. I keep using this like it's an iPad and it's really my laptop. Okay, so alpha brainwaves. This brainwave indicates a relaxed state of mind. State of relaxed alertness, good for inspiration and learning facts fast. A meditative mind. In this state, tap into the internal antenna-like qualities. Visions, powerful ideas, mindless creation of the incredible, and internal feelings and sensations. So it's pretty trippy.
That's how it feels, though.
Right. Yeah, it does.
So
it feels like you are in, those times where you're just like, you just come up with great effing ideas all the time. I swear to God, it feels like you could come up with a million great effing ideas.
So explain, I don't understand. So explain to me what exactly the treatment is.
So you're on this table.
Lay on a table face down.
At first.
Yeah.
And then
she hits different points in your body and she does energy work, so it's kind of working with the energy.
Sure.
And hitting certain points that kind of trigger this response. And it changes your breathing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's the weirdest thing.
It's really weird.
Okay, you start and she touches you and suddenly your breath gets so deep.
And it goes up into your chest and it's an automatic response.
It is, because I saw it happen and I thought, oh, well, that's bullshit. And Mike, don't forget to push the red button 2 times. But I'm not supposed to say bullshit. So Mike is over in the other studio monitoring, my curse words. But we saw this video and I thought, okay, I believe that you can access like your alpha brainwaves.
Sure.
Because meditators do it. They meditate for 4 hours a day. Monks do. And they have, big, deep, alpha brainwaves. so we saw this demonstration, and this girl was like breathing so much that her whole body was just like almost like a snake or a wave. Yeah, it was like a wave. And I'm like, oh no, that can't happen. I mean, that's just, and if that happens to somebody, that won't happen to me. Yeah, they planned it, whatever. She like touched me, and I mean like this. I mean with like her finger. I mean, it wasn't like, rough me up or anything like that. I even had to try to stop breathing so deep. It went all the way up to my throat and all the way back down. So then she does more specific breathing exercises. So she'll come over at some point and go like, okay, now breathe into this spot in your body, breathe out, breathe in really hard and breathe out really hard, breathe in really hard, breathe out really hard. So, and it's like, it feels like almost like you're high, but like if you're high, you're not like everything seems on the outside.
Sure.
It feels like you're just like
you're in it.
You are so connected to the universe. It's a trip.
Yeah,
it's a trip. And
I agree.
I wanted to look at like what some of these other brainwaves do. So I guess beta brainwaves are the fastest, and they represent the most intense state of alertness. So the result of heightened mental activity, maximum mind power, and all 5 external senses: logical mind, memory from the 5 senses, and logical thinking. That's where the beta brain lives. Okay. Beta brainwaves. I know I learned this in like freaking every freaking psychology class, and I don't remember this crap. And theta is deep meditation, so deep inward thought. So this is associated with lifelike imagination, a high state of mental concentration, a magical mind, internal pictures and visualization, intuition, inner guidance, and access to unconscious material. So dreaming. And then delta brainwaves are deep, dreamless sleep, deep relaxation, state of oneness, and whole body feeling. So that's kind of interesting. But then I thought it was really interesting and how to access the 5 brain states. Does anybody care about this?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
We are starving
We
over
care.
here. Yeah, okay, cool. We are totally starving. I mean, well, I know I am. I haven't eaten since noon, and this is not a meal skipper. Yeah, and we'll get something to eat later, right? Okay, so to activate the beta brainwave, become hyper aware of your 5 senses. Notice what you can smell, the taste in your mouth, what your hands are touching, and become acutely aware of what you hear and see. Having done this, you will know that you are in beta due to the intense external input and the total lack of awareness of your body, feelings, or sensations. This is funny that I didn't know this. I hadn't read this before tonight. I just saw that, that this was going to be an overview of the stuff in the brain. I do a meditation that it brings, first of all, you bring awareness of the sounds outside, like in the room.
Sure.
Okay. So not in your body, but the sounds outside in the room, and then the sounds outside of the room. Okay, which we can't really do right now. All you can hear the sound of my melodious voice right now. But it's true, and I never thought about this, but it is me connecting with my beta brainwaves, because that's all I can think about when I'm thinking about the sounds outside of the room. I can only think about the sounds outside the room, right? Okay, so then the alpha brainwaves. Try the following exercise first with your eyes open, then repeat it with your eyes closed. Take a deep breath and hold it. Okay, and I'm not going to do this because that's just bad radio to take a breath and hold it and not do anything else. Take a breath, hold it, and notice the sensations as your heart beats 3 times. Relax and breathe out and repeat it 3 times. So breathe in and out slowly to a count of 4, and as you do, notice how your body feels, relaxed and warm. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let's recount that. Take a deep breath, hold it, notice the sensation as your heart beats 3 times, relax and breathe out, and then repeat that 3 times. And then breathe in and out slowly to a count of 4. So we'll have to try that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Alpha brainwave. It is true when people say, hey, stop for a minute and take a deep breath. It is to access your alpha brainwaves. Yeah, that makes sense. And then your theta brainwave. Do this after the alpha brainwave exercise. Close your eyes and visualize a sacred cup where your heart is, or another object of your choice. I mean, what is the other, you know what I mean? Another object of your choice, like a sandbox. I mean, like what, a sock? Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, why give people a choice in that? Just, it's a cup.
A sacred cup. Too.
Right. It's a sacred cup or a sacred bobby sock. I mean, seriously, come on.
Bobby sock? What the hell's a bobby sock?
That's how you could tell how old I am.
I don't know what a bobby sock is. Do you know what a bobby sock is?
Is it the thing with like the little ruffles?
Yeah. Okay, see? I'm not a total douche. Okay, so they're white socks and they're short and they're folded over and then they have a little ruffle around the edge.
Oh, I know what they are.
Okay.
I've never heard them.
They're called bobby socks when you're old. When you're 43, they're bobby socks. I'm sure everybody that's 60 right now is like, I don't know what a bobby sock is. Where has she been?
I'm wearing my bobby socks
right
exactly.
now. That's all I'm wearing, bobby socks. And, okay, so after the alpha brainwave exercise, close your eyes and visualize a sacred cup where your heart is and not like an athletic cup. That would even be better.
No,
it's a jock strap. That's pretty sacred. I mean, I bet most guys would say that's pretty sacred space. Hold this picture for several minutes. Breathe in and breathe out slowly. And oddly enough, it's time for a break. So we're going to go to the delta brainwaves just as soon as we come back from our break, because you are listening to WCAS Auraria, and we are simulcasting from KMET Radio at mymetmedia.com Auraria.
Today, 50% of jobs require some technology skills, and 80% of teachers give homework online. Whether it's finding a job, helping your children with homework, or connecting with friends and family, it is vital that every American have the digital literacy skills they need to succeed. Call 1-855-EVRY-1ON or visit everyoneon.org to find free internet and computer training classes in your area. That's 1-855-EVRY-1ON or on the web at everyoneon.org.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. There are safe, simple ways your child can help stop bullying. Teach your kids the 5 bystander tips. Tell a trusted adult like a family member, teacher, or coach. Help the person being bullied get away from the situation. Be a good friend to the person being bullied. Set a good example by not bullying others. And don't give bullying an audience. Visit stopbullying.gov to learn more safe, simple ways your child can be more than a bystander. A public service announcement from the Ad Council. WCAS cares when it counts.
Are you one of the millions of Americans who's a little afraid of the internet? Do you feel it's just not for you? Or maybe you think it's all too much and don't know where to begin learning. Did you know that today many companies post job openings online only and require online applications? It's vital that every American have the digital literacy skills they need in order to succeed. Visit www.everyoneon.org to find free internet and computer training classes in your area, or call 855-EVRY-1ON to learn more. A public service message brought to you by Connect to Compete and WCAS Radio.
You like parties? Yeah.
Holy cow, what's going on in here? Who put you in charge?
You gotta fight for your right to party!
Central 108 24/7. Presento Mama's Radio.
And you're listening to Social Penetration, where entertainment meets enlightenment. It's on WCAS Radio, Central 108, happening right now.
Yay! That's my buddy Aaron, who was here earlier. Oh. Yep, and he is a coach. Yes, he's a performance coach. He's pretty fantastic. Wow. Oh, and have you seen the band White Fudge with me before?
Yes.
Okay, he's the lead singer of White Fudge as well.
Oh, okay.
But he's also the lead singer of about a gajillion bands. And you know what? How lucky am I? Although I know that this isn't even a stretch. But okay, so you can't have music that isn't licensed that you put on a podcast, okay? You can have it as part of college radio experience. You can use any music that you want. But you may not use like music that you don't own the license to. Okay. Otherwise you have to pay. And so we can broadcast it over the radio, but we can't make a recording of our show then and put it on the internet later. Otherwise we can get in a lot of trouble. Okay. Well, you know what? Everybody's kind of freaking out around here because they podcast all their stuff and they have like a gajillion songs on their stuff. And we got hit with a pretty hefty fine You know what I mean? For
Boo.
And luckily for me, I only had like 10-second clips of things. So I don't think I probably got in a lot of trouble. And mine was, instrumentals and stuff. But here I am talking to my buddy Andy, Andy Burka. And I'm like, yeah, I just found out the radio. And I mean, just saying it out loud, like not even thinking, not even making a connection that my buddy is like, has anything to do with music whatsoever. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh yeah, because he went to school here too. That's how I know Andy. And I'm like, yeah, KMET got hit with a fine because, that they were broadcasting music on, the internet after that they would broadcast it on their show. And he was like, whoa, dude, what a trip, and he's in all these bands. So he goes, nope, that makes perfect sense that, that you use it in the, educational setting and, you don't have to collect any royalties or whatever. But the minute that you put it out over the internet, he goes, it makes perfect sense. And then he goes, do you need some music? And I'm like, as a matter of fact, that would come in pretty handy.
That would be nice.
So that was pretty nice. So how lucky am I that I have White Fudge music. In fact, I'm going to play. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. We're going to go through our little things. We're just going to goof around here. I can do whatever I want.
Do what you want.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the most enlightening and entertaining show on college radio, Social Penetration, and it's on right now.
Pretty cool, huh? Okay. That's number one. We've heard this several times this evening.
Hey.
Oh, no, we haven't.
Hey, buddy.
Don't you love that?
I do love that.
And not only that, because that is so you and I.
Yeah.
That's the way we talk. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
That.
I do all the time. It's so funny that, and you do it too.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because I didn't realize how unfamiliar adult females were with being called buddy.
I like it though.
Thanks,
it's really,
dude.
It's like endearing.
Yeah,
to be called buddy.
That's what I mean. You know what
warms your heart.
That's what I feel like, And so it's so cute though. But I think about it when I see other people like, buddy, and then they call me buddy, and then at first they're kind of uncomfortable with it, and it doesn't even faze me. Like Miami calls me buddy. You know what I mean? But Miami, she's hilarious, and but yeah, she calls me buddy. But yeah, I have found out that adult females are it's not that they're uncomfortable; they're unfamiliar with being called buddy.
Yeah, they absolutely are.
Good to know.
Start the buddy revolution.
Hey, man, we're on it right here at Social Penetration.
Here we go.
Let's bring it. Us three, Lindsay, Heather, Stacy, are going to bring you the buddy revolution. But in the meantime, I'm just going to play you some of our other stuff. Hold on.
And you're listening to Social Penetration, where entertainment meets enlightenment. It's on WCAS Radio, Central 108, happening right now.
Dude, how lucky am I? I mean, this is like
That's
actually
awesome.
good stuff, right? I mean, it's like somebody else could just have this like jackass bed underneath their stuff. No, not me. Not here. Okay, and here's the last one. And by the way, the show's not over. I'm just playing the song.
You've been listening to an episode of Social Penetration, where entertainment meets enlightenment. See you next week.
It didn't sound like me?
Guest appearance on that one.
But I had to get...
did.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, no, that was me. Actually, all of those were me, except for Aaron.
That didn't sound like her. Do you think it sounded like her?
I don't know.
You've been listening to an episode of Social Penetration, where entertainment meets enlightenment. See you next week.
It sounds muffled.
It sounds like a little bit.
You've been listening. You've been listening to
Guess I don't know how to run this board so well, right? No, it's all good. Nope, that was me. Yeah, I probably was too close to the mic.
Hey, what are we talking about next week?
We are having a sex toy party next week. I'm glad that you're talking about this because we have a couple of things going on next week. Okay, so we're having a sex toy party.
How's that going to work out?
That's a good freaking question. But our sex toy person, Sarah Humphreys, and I'm actually interested in how a lot of this stuff works. I mean, like, I'm not sure how all of it works. By the way, she's gay. I mean, but she is like, sure. I'm like, oh, what is that? She's like, oh, it's a cock ring. I'm like, I kind of know. And then it had like a thing on it. Like, I don't know what it, and she knew what the answer was. And then I was like,
well, she should if that's what she's selling.
Right? But I was like, wait, stop. this is radio gold. Like, I do not want you to tell me anything else because I like to have my own organic reactions.
Yeah, I
like,
agree.
That is something about this show that is actually could be incredibly frightening to like anybody that might be supervising me in this role. Even though I do a lot of research and interviews and background and all that, I do actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what somebody's going to say. And if they start to tell me what they're going to say, I stop them. And I'm like, don't tell me right now. Like, you have to save it for the show. Because part of radio, I think, is having your organic reaction to things.
Well, yeah. And especially the day that we went through that list.
What list?
The Hot Pocket list.
Oh, God, this is so
First
great.
of all, I called her and I said, hey, I have this list. She's like, don't tell me. And I was like, wait until you hear this list. Because I knew how her reactions were going to be. And then it just feeds my reactions. Because I was like, what?
Okay.
What is happening?
No. I'm gonna see if I can find that list again. But okay, while I'm looking for that list, you tell her what the list was about and what were some of the things in there.
Sure. So the list was like, I think it was 10 things that women like to hear in the bedroom. And the one thing that we talked about the most was that women like to have their lady part referred to as a hot pocket.
Have you ever had your lady? Did that ever sound like a good freaking idea to you?
And that
ever? I don't even know
I
why.
don't know how I'd feel about that.
Yeah,
you know what? I know.
Weird. Who are the people that responded to this?
No, that's what I want to look up on this list.
And how many were there?
I don't.
10?
Okay, well, look, I can't even remember what the date was. Look at all of our. This is ridiculous. This is Heather and I. I mean, seriously. I mean, we are wordy girls.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm out of room. Yeah, we'll have to save that for another time. Maybe we'll have to bring that up next week. But okay, so some of the favorite things, because I was just listening to the show recently because I was having to go back through our old shows and like put them in different places. Okay, so people like to hear yes. Okay. They like to hear their name.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that our favorite word is our name. You have a cool name though. You have a cool name too. I don't have a cool name. Mom. Yeah. Mom, that was not nice. My mom listens. She just called earlier tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, she's very sweet.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, I know. My mom is so sweet. You could pour her over pancakes. But you know what, Mom? My name is a freaking cheerleader name, and it makes me want to puke in my mouth.
Stacy.
Yeah, I know. Ready? Okay. Seriously.
I like it, though.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I totally appreciate that. It makes me always seem forever 15.
It's like stay cool.
Oh, yeah.
I just came up with that
you know what?
now for you.
That's what mine
That's
means.
what you do.
That's what and it's so funny because I've changed the way I spelled my name like a million times in my life, with a little I with a heart over it or whatever. But at one point it was Stacyc. That's how I spelled my name. So yeah, okay.
There it is.
I'll run with that.
That's cool.
I like sex kitten. No, it's so funny when I go to the dentist and you know how they always have like, what's your name? I know. What's your name? And then what do you like to be called? I always put sex. I always put
go
sex
by
kitten.
Or
no,
they
I do
out?
I actually have a dude that is a practitioner that I go to and he always calls me sex kitten and it's pretty effing hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that next time I go to a new doctor.
Oh, it's the best. I know.
That's a good
awesome.
test to see what kind of person they are.
Yeah. Or
like,
to see if they
are
read
you
your poop.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? You know what I mean? Like, did you read my paper at all?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm allergic to root canals. Okay. And then they don't know that you like to be called sex kitten. Yeah. No. And my dentist is the best because I do that actually at every place I go. You know what I mean? It's just a funny thing to do, I think.
I'm just start doing that.
It's really fun. I mean, why not be called
What
sex
about
kitten?
in class?
I'm really not one.
When your teacher asks you that.
I have done that before, where the teacher's like,
Did
"Do
you say
is there
sex
something?"
kitten?
Yeah, it's like, "Is there something you'd like to be called?" I'm like, "Well, sex kitten." As a matter of fact, I was just at a class last night, cravings and addictions, and somebody said, "What do you like to be called?" And I said, "Call her sex kitten." You know what I mean? There were like 40 people in the class, and they laughed.
Good.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that they thought I was one cheeseburger short of a Happy Meal, but you know what I mean? I think that's just the way like the stuff goes. This is also a little bit that you need to know about our show. We are such a stream of consciousness that I forgot to. Did I? You
did
finish reading the Delta.
Delta.
Okay,
Time.
I did. Okay, yeah. do the other exercise. Oh, no, I didn't. Delta brainwaves. Do this after the other exercises. So, after you put the jock strap in your heart, become aware and notice a warm sensation in your heart. Now this sensation flows down and then spreads out until it fills all of your body. One sensation. Wow. Everybody's going to fall asleep now.
Do you think the lady next week will have a sacred cup?
Yeah, I'm going to ask her. And, I bet that they have, the big thing anymore is that 50 Shades of Grey stuff.
Sure.
Huh. I do have to say, I used to have another partner on the show earlier in the semester, and it was pretty funny because she was telling me how insulting I am because I'm completely unaware of other people and their feelings, and you know what I mean, which is cool. Apparently I am. And, so one of her examples was that and it's so funny that I just say this over the air. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay. If you say something douchey to me, expect to hear it on the air. Yeah, don't do that to somebody with their own radio show. No, and I'm not saying that for this. It's actually, I'm not saying it against her. It's just kind of a funny thing. That on the show, I was talking about 50 Shades of Grey, and I've read parts of it. And have you seen the thing where it's gay guys read 50 Shades of Grey on YouTube?
Oh, I think you were telling me about it.
Oh my God. I'm going to find it and I'm going to play it here tonight. You know what? I'm going to go to a break. I can't believe that we are already ready for another break.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a break and I'm going to look for this gay guys read 50 Shades of Grey because this is like one of the funniest things I've ever known.
Do it.
I know that we are totally off topic on goals and resolutions, but that's what we do here on Social Penetration because we are entertainment, meeting enlightenment, KMET Radio, and WCAS Auraria.
If you're a parent, you can't help but look at your child and wonder what the future holds. You may dream about the possibility of your son or daughter becoming a professional athlete or maybe a renowned heart surgeon. But while you're dreaming, consider this. The odds that your child will be diagnosed with autism are 1 in 88. Knowing the signs of autism and catching it early can make a world of difference to your child and to you. To learn the signs, visit autism.
To infinity and beyond!
WCAS has music that's out of this world.
It's Trial Run Radio from Central 108.
WCAS Auraria.
Your best alternative.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses experiencing a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, American Red Cross, and by WCAS Radio. Wash surface, utensils, and hands with soapy water while preparing food, especially when handling raw meats or eggs. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick or worse. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year, and roughly 3,000 will die. But you can keep your family safe by cleaning with soap and water as you go. Learn more about this and other important information. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. That's foodsafety.gov. Public service announcement brought to you by USDA, HHS, and by WCAS Radio.
Spread the word.
Yeah, spread the word.
About what? WCAS Radio.
Nicely. Hey, we're back. Who knew?
Hello.
Okay, so check this out. We are going to do... I wanted to find this before. Okay, and then I'll tell you what I said about this so that you guys can be the judge of what a complete douchebag I am. Okay, so here was my thing. It's not that 50 Shades of Grey is not hot. It is hot. I was making the argument that it's not freaking good reading. I mean, it's not good literature.
I would agree. I read it.
It's bad.
I read a lot of books. And it's not like awesome. Yeah, it's not awesome literature.
Yeah. I mean, that was what I said on the show. And as a matter of fact, I said it was bad. And it is bad. And hold on, let's see if we can hook it up here. The Wi-Fi here on campus is not super duper great. Hold on, I'll skip ahead. Okay, I probably just did something with okay. We'll figure that out in a
We'll see
minute.
what happens.
No, it'll just start going out of nowhere once we start talking to each other, which is cool too. So that was my argument, was that there are, if you want to read sexy smut, because what this other person was saying is there's no really such thing as literary sexy smut, but I would argue that Anna East Nin is like amazing, or Erica Jong, that this is smut, but it's like literature.
Sure.
And it's pervy stuff. Okay. Oh, really? Playback error. Come on, throw me a bun.
I haven't
Okay,
read 50 Shades of Grey for a number of reasons.
I think the reason is probably because it just ain't my cup of tea. Never read it. Just technically, I've read the first page because my sister bought it.
Probably because it's a book written specifically for my mother.
My grandmother said that she read it, and I was like, I physically cannot read a book about sexual things that my grandmother has read.
Because I think, being gay, you can imagine why.
But mostly because I know that it's heterosexual smut, and most gay men just don't have time for that.
Honestly, it's about a man and a woman doing a bunch of kinky stuff. Not into it.
Straight erotica doesn't appeal to me. Gay erotica, though.
Like 99% of things in the media, it's about fucking heterosexuals.
I don't know, I'm personally scared of vagina a little bit. Heterosexuality is weird.
It's actually kind of gross, if you think about it.
The novel's about some chick who gets a job, gets in the elevator, and gets pounded.
There's this man, and he has a lot of money and power.
Bruce Wayne meets some chick.
And she's like the secret nympho, which is nothing wrong with that.
It's about this submissive woman and a dominant male, and how they interact in the sexual
Okay, so this part, they're just kind of giving the preface of the book, right?
S&M. And he's like, oh, well,
wait till they read
have a kinky secret.
And through a series of sexual escapades, she finds out that he's into some sort of bastardization of the BDSM culture.
So it kind of is Batman, but like...
I love their gay...
with bondage instead of superheroes.
Like...
Let's read some erotica!
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I'm supposed to read these quotes
so
beforehand,
these guys were
but
given
I
the
didn't,
quotes.
so...
Okay.
He leans down and kisses me, his fingers still moving rhythmically inside me. What is he, playing a fucking guitar? I don't know how the vagina works, but I'm pretty sure it's an instrument of some kind.
Pulling off his boxer briefs, his erection springs free. Holy cow! That's actually what it says in the quote. It says, holy cow! What the hell?
Holy cow, wait, what? Holy cow? What are you, Amish?
Holy cow, it's hot, it's cold, it's tantalizing. He trails the ice cream further down my body, into my pubic hair, onto my clitoris. Clitoris? I want you, and the thought of anyone else having you is like a knife twisting into my dark soul. Wow, he really likes her.
The fun point of this quote is claiming me. I hate this. I hate this so much because there's like a romanticism or sexualization of men owning women. I heard it. It's like most of porn.
I don't remember reading about nipple clamps in the Bible. I don't either. What is this book about?
His voice is warm and husky, like dark melted chocolate fudge caramel. Sounds like a Starbucks drink. When you start your period, Anastasia, why you don't ask a girl that? That's weird. Ew. Yesterday, I mumbled in my high aroused state.
Good. He releases me and turns me around. He reaches between my legs and pulls on the blue string. What? And gently pulls my tampon out and tosses it into the nearby toilet. What the fuck, man? This cannot be a real passage from a real book.
He leans forward, running his nose up the apex between my thighs. He's just like...
Oh, it's so funny. It looks like he's
his damn nose on you.
I'm going to fuck you now, Miss Steele. He murmurs as he positions the head of his erection at the entrance of my sex.
The entrance of my sex? What does that even mean?
Yeah, that sounds kind of hot. I think getting told that you're about to get fucked is pretty exciting.
Mike, you better read that.
Mike is like, beep, 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 beep.
See, I'm wondering if I'm reading the worst quotes out of everyone, or if we all have equally terrible quotes. Why don't you like to be touched? I whisper, staring up into his soft gray eyes. Because I'm 50 shades of fucked up, Anastasia. He brings the book name in.
He kneels up and puts a condom onto his considerable length.
Onto his considerable length, really. You can't just say his dick. Saying his dick is so much hotter.
Oh no. Will it? How? Well, I don't know if you understand how sex works, but most of the time the penis goes into the vagina.
Turning to face him, I'm shocked to find he has
Sorry,
his
guys,
erection
we're gonna keep going because
firmly in
this
his
is
grasp.
hilarious.
My mouth drops open. I want you to become well acquainted. on first name terms, if you will, with my favorite and most cherished part of my body. Same.
I felt him deeper in my mouth. So apparently in heterosexual sex, the female devours the male.
He's my very own Christian Grey flavored popsicle. Oh my God.
Right.
I didn't realize it was this wordy.
This is so bad.
Right.
Taking all of my self-control not to fuck you on the hood of this car, just to show you that you're mine. And if I want to buy you a fucking car, I'll buy you a fucking car. Damn. You can buy me a car.
He gently strokes my hair. Boy, I survived. That wasn't so bad. Yeah, because that's exactly what I want to think after I have sex with someone. Oh, that wasn't so bad.
Well, okay, so we won't listen to the whole thing, but that thing, okay, so that was what my point was about the book, was that it is, I mean, my own Christian Grey flavored popsicle.
Yeah.
Seriously, dude, come on, throw me a
so
bone.
creative.
It's so bad.
They should have used the hot dog down the hallway.
And what the hell? Oh, you know, I even heard Tic Tac down a well. I love that one. That
Wait,
one is,
we were at dinner at this. Where was it? Some
Bistro Vendôme.
Yeah, and the guy was like, "Wait, no, haven't you heard of a Tic Tac in a well or something?"
Yeah,
and I was
throwing a Tic Tac in a well. I'm like, nice visual.
Yeah, and that night, literally, he came back to our waiter, he was really cute. He came back, and there is neither one of us could look at him.
Oh,
we
yeah.
just started giggling
Tic Tac in a
little
like
school
12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Here, okay. So, how does this tie in to our topic this evening? If your goal is to read, you know how some people like to read a book before they go to see a movie. You know what I mean? Like, before I go see the whatever trilogy or whatever, I'm going to read the books.
Yeah.
I think you can pass on this one. It seems like. I bet the movie is hotter and better written.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Let's hope so.
I would hope so.
I can think that, I mean, here's my
Or it'll
thing.
be awkward.
My own Christian Grey flavored popsicle. Can I point out that nothing is the flavor of Christian Grey? I know that this sounds like...
They're going to start making those now.
You know what I mean? And not only that, but what does that taste like? It tastes like spooge and cologne.
Ew.
I mean, like, or you know what I mean? Like, what the hell does that taste like? And
know.
sweat.
Yeah. I don't-
Spooge, cologne, sweat, and money.
Swamp ass. So that's what's going through my brain right now. Is that does not even? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
you're welcome for that little nugget. But so, I got called completely unaware later on because I offended all of the listeners that we have that read.
I don't think
50 Shades of Grey. I mean, you know what? Like you said, you read it. So
I
did
did.
so did my niece Aubrey. She actually thought that was funny that I said that. You know what I mean? Because nobody gets 50 Shades of Grey for its amazing literary work. No. No can do. So, okay. So back to next week's show.
Okay.
So, of course, I want you all to show back up. For those of you that were on our YouTube site, it kind of went down somewhere in the middle, so I'll put it by the window next week, and hopefully we can have better luck with that.
Oh, it did?
Went
go
down in the middle. Yeah,
Well, that's
we
a
lost our
bummer.
internet connection. Thank you, Auraria campus. Come on, guys,
Ew.
throw us a bone. But no, that was a great experiment tonight that we simulcasted from this radio station here and over at the Tivoli.
Wow.
So we were simulcasting through there, and we were on YouTube. We were like,
And
everywhere.
And Mike has a task.
Oh yeah, Mike, my buddy Mike, is quitting smoking, and he has to write. Well, not
He's gonna
yet.
quit smoking, so that he can get a boner.
Yeah, apparently, smoking makes your boners. You don't get boners like the way that you used to. This was
Oh,
an
no.
earlier topic. Well, you really missed out. Where were you? You were at dinner. Oh, you were getting into your higher brain. We were getting into our lower brain.
Yeah.
Clearly. But next week, you know what? It would be great. I have a buddy and his girlfriend that are going to come on and sort of talk about Valentine's Day, like new love or whatever. Although I did find out today when I talked to him, and this is my buddy Ben. I went, Ben, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? I'm not really doing anything. Oh, wait, I'm getting a tattoo. And I'm like, of her? And he's like, no. And he's just like, that's what I do. I get tattoos on Valentine's Day. But I'm like, I kind of meant for her. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah. We're going to have those guys on. Maybe my mom will come on. Mom and Tim. I mean, that's like a new romance, but, in the twilight years. Tim is 66. My mom's 77. So my mom's a Cougar. Actually, my mom turned 78 here in, what's today? Monday. My mom, 5 days. My mom's 78. Awesome. So, Mom, that makes you 77 and 365ths. So, that's good. Woo. And, yeah, who knew? And what else? I just have some other input. Oh, I think we're doing some stuff on oxytocin.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know. You'll just have to check our Facebook page at where you can find us. We actually now have a channel called Social Penetration Radio on YouTube. Holy cow, we seem pretty legit. Yep. You can listen to us here. And you know what? Here's a big thing. We have a new hotline, you guys. The phone number is 720-722-2670. And what you do is you call up and you leave messages on things that you want advice on, and then we'll address them in later shows. So, like, for example, hey, I have this new boyfriend, and instead of doing something nice for me for Valentine's Day, the tool has decided to get a tattoo. Something like that. What should I do? You know, if it's my buddy Ben, I'll tell her to stick with you. If it's anybody else, I'll tell her to drop you like a lead balloon. But I think it would be great if you guys would leave your questions, 720-722-2670. And not only that, but if the rest of you would chime in on one of our phone lines live while we're responding to those questions at 303-352-7424 or 303-352-7425. Hey, guys, that's it for the night. Thanks, awesome. Lindsay, for stopping by with Heather and I tonight. Me. Heather, as always, buddy.
Hey, we got it. It was fun.
As always.
As always.
Picking up what you're putting down.
Don't forget the Buddy Revolution.
That's right, the Buddy Revolution.
Buddy Revolution. Thank you guys again, and have a great evening.
Want to make a difference? Live United. United Way is creating real, lasting change and doing it where you live by focusing on the building blocks of a better life. Education, income, and health. Help create opportunities for everyone in your community. That's what it means to live united. Go to liveunited.org to learn more. A public service message brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
You've been listening to an episode of Social Penetration, where entertainment meets enlightenment.